How you living? How you living? We are playing Dark Crusade, Dawn of War. We've beaten back the what are all these people called? We've beaten back the Imperial Guard. We've beaten back the Necrons. We've beaten back Chaos. Okay, we are tirading across. Is that a word? Tirading across this planet. We ran into the Tau. Tau are basically impossible. Impossible to beat. But I think now we need to just keep trying, figure out their strategies. I might just attack the Necron for now, take out their last remaining bases. Even though I defeated them, they still have some territories left. So, probably do that and let the Tau and the Orcs fight it out. So yeah. Although, if I can get close enough to the Tau headquarters, if I attack this Necron 10 base, nah. Let's do the 9, then we'll do the 10, then we'll hit the Tau base. I want it to just be me and the frickin' Orcs, man. I want to have a frickin' Armageddon showdown with the Orcs. But all they've got are like 3 territories right now. The Tau have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's crazy. So, we're going to put on some Paul Bonacci in the background. This is Paul Bonacci. He was a mkultra survivor from the Franklin scandal in Omaha, Nebraska. I'm going to put the link in the chat for this video. So, we're going to put on some Paul. Okay. There we go. Put the link in the chat. So we're going to have that in the background. Listen to that while we play. Because there's only so much I can comment on in this. I'm not like great at it yet. Someday, maybe I'll dedicate my whole life to this and you know, just like sort of spiral into a frenzy of Dawn of War playing and just become obsessed with it, and sort of like degrade my humanity, spending all of my free time playing this, which I have been. Not all my free time, but a lot of it. And I'll just be super good at commentating and all that stuff. Anyway, all right, let's play.
Conclusion of take 1, we're on take 2, beginning of take 2. We had to change locations because of conflict of schedule and other meetings that were scheduled in the other location. Anyway, Paul, come on back over here. Let's continue with your list here, Paul.
Okay. I was at David First. I was talking about some of the dates that we got a better location now. We got the ocean. The bathroom.
Water pipes, yeah.
The bathroom is right there upstairs.
Okay.
Oh, I'll go anyway.
Vandemar Mountains. Let's go.
Something I did with Thorstad, and it's like it was December 2nd, 1978, that they had a meeting out in
Who's they? Why don't you
Nambla.
continue with that? Oh, once you're going to talk about NAMBLA? Okay, we're talking
I
about
was
NAMBLA.
talking about David Thorstad and how
Right, okay.
I was how I met him.
And you're looking at your calendar there.
And I have it's kind of marked. It's kind of weird how I mark things. I don't put anything except for
Will that take a minute? Yeah.
I'll have to get close up on the head. It's like I even remember the like thing. I just got NAMBLA written there. That's when they formed NAMBLA. They formed it.
What was the date on that again?
December 2nd, 1978.
Were you there?
Yeah.
When they
In the
formed
Boston
NAMBLA?
Church.
Huh?
In the Boston Church. Yeah.
Remember the name of the church?
I got the name of it somewhere. Boston.
Who was there when they formed it?
David Thorstad, a couple of the guys that they became the string members later on, so I'm not exactly sure who was all there. David Thorstad was the name of it. I believe Andretti was there. Andrea. He was kind of a kid at the time.
Scouts reporting for duty.
Several other guys that were there also.
How many people were there?
Probably
Beware the alien, the
1
mutant.
to 2 dozen.
Scouts reporting for duty.
Where were they from?
Mainly from Boston. They used to be called the Boston Boise Committee. And then they changed them to become
Boston what committee?
Boise.
Boise, okay.
Scouts reporting for duty. Scouts ready. Gathering intelligence.
Heresy grows from idleness.
Will that take a minute?
Yes, my lord. Scouts
I'll have to
reporting
get
for
close to
territory.
the head.
Scouts awaiting
It's-
orders. All scouts here. Strategic point
Like,
identified.
I even remember that I got the markings when they just got NAMBLA written there.
Scouts reporting
That's when
for
they
duty.
formed NAMBLA.
Scouts
When they
in position.
first formed it.
What was the date on that again?
December 2nd, 1978.
Were you there?
Yeah.
When they
In the
formed
Boston
NAMBLA?
Church.
Huh?
In the Boston Church, yeah.
Remember the name of the church?
I got the name of it somewhere. Boston Community.
Marine squad deployed.
Who was there when they formed it?
David Thorstad, a couple of the guys that
We stand
they
ready.
became the string members later on, so I'm not exactly sure who was all there. David Thorstad was the name of it. I believe Andretti was there. Andrea. It's Andrea. He was kind of a kid at the time.
Marines we stand ready.
And several other guys that were there also. I'm not sure exactly.
How many people were there?
Probably
Awaiting orders.
1 to 2 dozen.
Where were they from?
Mainly from Boston. They used to be called the Boston
The
Boise
Emperor
Committee.
shall be so.
Changed them to become
Boston what committee?
Boise.
Boise, okay.
B-O-I-S.
Okay.
Marine squad deployed.
Area secured.
She gave me-
Scouts ready.
And then I was at a convention in New York with NAMBLA in June of
Scouts in
1980.
position. Strategic point identified.
or-
Faith is our shield.
Scouts awaiting orders.
Any fire.
Detroit or something. They're having Detroit. They're out there with you.
Getting into position.
And how many were there?
Scouts available.
That be
Yes, my lord. Defending objective.
I'm not even sure.
Commencing infiltration.
And then
Scouts ready.
June of 1982, went to I think it was Washington D.C. for
Fear not
I think it was during the
Strategic point identified.
Marine squad deployed.
get the date. It's all bad.
We are standby.
It was for a nuclear demonstration. That was in Washington D.C. It was there from all a bunch of marching against nuclear weapons.
that was NAMBLA?
Well, NAMBLA was part of it. There was some other demonstration that took place there. time to support anti-nuclear demonstration. It wasn't just NAMBLA, it was all kinds of groups. It was a big parade. Just happened to take part in NAMBLA. Then in October, Rayco went to Philadelphia for a meeting that they were having. They had
October 82.
yeah, 82. Now it's over. I think it's Columbus Day.
Under fire.
My aim shall not
During
falter.
Columbus Day holiday and stuff, they had a meeting at
Squad
big
morale
convention
restored.
hall and stuff.
NAMBLA again.
Yeah. And well, they had other groups there too. They had the Philadelphia gay and lesbian groups there. They had people from what they call background and magazine and stuff. They had Robin from the local gay youth they had out there and stuff.
Under fire.
They had all their speakers and stuff from up there, and they had
I exist to serve.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred
Happy
and
to
unguarded.
get into detail, but
We can get into detail later if we have time. Depends on how much time we have.
okay. And then in December of '82, I went out to.
How many people were at that Philadelphia?
There were a lot of people who pulled up me. They had FBI agents and everything else all around there. They had people from the press were taking pictures of them. They had all these gay people taking pictures of them. So it's kind of a big thing that they were shooting.
Who was the FBI doing?
I think it was the FBI. They were bugging the places that they're trying to find out what was going on with this group, what they were trying to accomplish, because it was a NAMBLA meeting.
Yeah.
For the glory of the Imperium.
Who all from NAMBLA was there?
Knowledge is
all the-
guided well.
David Forstead was there. Landria, the train that they had, which was Michael J. Lavery. I'm sure Hugh was there. I'm sure Wayne Sunday was present. Just Robert Williams. I'm sure
Were you molested at all?
well, there was on the trips that were there, yeah.
Were you molested at the Boston meeting, and the New York meeting, and the Philadelphia meeting? You molested?
Different people, I don't know, who. I mean, Thorstad, there was Hugh Hamill, there was Wayne Sunday, there was Paul Raleigh, summer convention, Gene Beatty was at picnic and stuff like that.
Glory of the Imperium.
Is that why they had you? Yeah.
You know, they
Attacking as ordered.
well,
Dare fire upon space marines?
Okay, keep going. Anything more than that?
you'll have to come back on them because there's a lot of them.
Yeah. Well, let's discuss NAMBLA later on. Depends on how much time we have.
Okay.
While the enemies of
Next name on the list is
there can be no
Harry Anderson.
Troops.
Is that Harold Anderson?
Yeah, Harold Anderson. I call him Harry. Whom I met through, say Carlson's group.
for the glory of the
I had sexual relations with him, I think it was about 10 times exactly. And I was usually at the Red Line Inn. I think it was, I'm not sure, I think it was still the Hilton at the time. They changed the name right about
Stay vigilant, brothers.
the last part of the 70s or early part of the 80s. They changed the name from Hilton to Red Line Inn. I never had figured out which it was when I was there because I never paid attention to it much. But that's where most of the books also the Council was with them. That was from 78 to 83, I think. In 83, we had a big time. My friend Andrew, who was doing sexual things,
What do you mean, sexual thing?
well, we were at some parties and stuff. He was having sex with us.
Andy was 12. What's happened to Andy?
I don't know, I haven't.
Was he doing kinky things or just straight sex?
Well, mainly he could be.
Like what?
Well, also something. He tied him up and stuff like that, which is wild. Sort of doing the same things.
Damn, these Necrons are kicking my ass.
This is like my little brother, so.
No. Did he mess with you despite
These
your argument?
invisible guys.
He did up until then.
Yeah, great. They killed my
And
server.
I kind of was at
Well, I
all
can't kill
parties
these
and stuff.
invisible guys without a fucking librarian.
So I kind of pulled Andy away from him.
Alright, so I basically lost that.
Would Harold Anderson allow this?
He
You
had
to pull
nothing
him
to-
away?
He had nothing to say about it. Because I told Harold Bear that I wouldn't go to the parties anymore. Actually, I wouldn't bring any more my friends to the parties. We didn't
Fuck.
keep him away from Andy.
Because of the kinky things, or just in general?
In general, I didn't like the guy. I never did. I mean, because he always tied me up and beat me and burned me cigarettes and stuff. I just didn't like him.
What did he pay you to do that?
No. $50, $75.
Tight on, huh?
You know. The next person on the list is Kent Bruner, and I was with him about 10 to 20 times.
Kent who?
Kent Bruner. Kenny Bruner. He's involved with Carlson.
B-R-U-N-E-R?
Wow.
Yeah,
We're gonna attack again. We're gonna save
he's
his coming
involved
this
with
time.
Walter Carlson's group, and that's how I met him. This is there. I met when I was 77 to 83 when I pulled away from Carlson. 83 I pulled away from a lot of guys. I figured they didn't. I guess, well, personalizing routes at the time and stuff. Went for the money after that. And then go to Carlson's parties because they didn't get enough money for going, but so they stopped them. But it was also because my stepdad died and a bunch of other friends died and stuff, and we just.
They died? Your friends died?
Well, I had one friend that, a couple of friends that committed suicide. My stepdad died, then my aunt died, and my great aunt died.
Why did your friends commit suicide?
Two of them I had no idea why they committed suicide. The other one was involved with Satanism, and he just couldn't handle it anymore.
Do the Satanists encourage suicide?
Sometimes. Depends on what their purpose for it is. They have no purpose for it. Yeah, they encourage you to give yourself for sacrifice, which I've seen they actually do.
Give himself up for sacrifice?
Yeah, I've seen them do it.
Yeah. But you've seen him go involuntarily.
Yeah.
You told me the last time.
The next name is Joe Burke. He was also involved with Walter Carlson's group, and that was about 10, 20 times from 77 to 83.
What
He was the one
town?
that I got he's one that I got mainly involved with the Carlson group. He was the second one that got involved with Carlson's group. He's the one that got me involved and recently directly. I don't know what he did for me.
Yes, and this is one.
Wood.
Okay, we're gonna try a different tactic this time. We're gonna turn down the sound too.
Next
so I
guy is,
hear this guy.
well, was at the time I thought he was John Mahoney, and now I know that he's Eugene Mahoney. And that went from 77 to about
Scouts reporting for duty.
86. I've seen him at parties, and
At your
I've
command,
done a few sexual things with him. Under 5.
infiltrating
Times
enemy
I did
territory.
something, you know. 2 times I did something directly with him, and then
Scouts
the other times
reporting
I
for
was with
duty.
him that he was with other young men and stuff. And I met him through Bear's group. And then there's another guy, his last name was Nelson. I don't know what his first name was, all I know that he was a lawyer.
Well, this last one, he's an Omaha.
Nelson?
The other one before that.
Oh, yeah. Mahoney? Yeah.
Mahoney. What is his occupation?
I don't know what his occupation is. All I know is that he
Scouts
was a
awaiting orders.
pretty powerful.
Here to serve.
Break in here, Ted. You have a phone call from your sister. So
Oh, okay.
can you just bring it
Where can I take it?
in here?
Let's see.
I'll be all right.
Okay, we're gonna hold off here.
Nelson. All I know is that he was a lawyer in the Omaha area.
Yes, most beneficent one.
I met him in 83.
Put these
Oh,
also
guys.
up. We're just gonna hold out here and push.
He's probably in his, well, at the time he was
Position
83,
secure.
84, he's probably in his 30s. early to mid 30s. And I was with him twice. I met him at one party with their
In position.
this guy is a guy named Jay Durr. He was also a lawyer. And met him at a lot of parties in Omaha and also seen him in Washington, D.C. That was going on through 86. I was with Bear and also with King. I know he was a lawyer. We talked to
Send
each
this
other.
guy up.
I was with him like 3 times. Sexually.
And he's from,
He's from Omaha.
but he was in Washington, D.C.
Well, he went for a trip. A couple of trips went down there, so one trip I remember. This guy's Mike Heverin. He was a teacher of the,
Your instructions.
I think it was
With all due haste.
Pay or something.
There is no such thing
Yeah,
as
Karen
degrees of guilt.
giving
I'm gonna keep my librarian
money,
back here
contributing
actually, so that
to
he's
to Meyer giving
so we can
cigarettes.
detect
But
infiltrated
he had
groups.
some very questionable tapes that I remember him doing
Yes,
stuff.
my lord.
What time was that when you did it?
That was from, it was in 1980. Took a bunch of trips out to another town and he used to film us doing different things.
Porno films?
Well, some of them were, but he filmed some other films too. He also did that. Certain kids, he'd pick them out. He was with him about 4 times.
What do you mean you pick them out?
He
Kids on the
would,
street or kids that were with you?
he picked out kids from his class. 'Cause he was a teacher. Kids from his class and stuff. And they'd go on field trips and stuff, and then they would film different things, and then he'd pick them out during the trips and stuff, which ones he would start abusing sexually.
You take pictures of the
Figure
ones
out
you wanted
which
to go
ones.
after.
Yes, my lord.
Yeah, he'd figure out which ones were easy targets. I wouldn't say anything.
How can you, oh, I see. You worried about the ones that we talked. What town is he from?
So let's blow that up.
He was from, I think,
Put it over here.
I'm not sure if he was from South Omaha, but I know that he worked at one of the schools in Omaha. He got fired a couple years back.
Oh, you said some school Paoli or something?
Payne,
Yeah.
or Vista, somewhere out there.
Is that a part of Omaha?
Well, it's in Sarpy County. It's in northern Omaha. So. This guy, all I have is his last name. His last name is Todd. Well, I called him Mr. Todd. He was with Carlson. I was with him 5 or 10 times. In 77, 83. And it was in Omaha.
How old a guy is he?
He's probably in his early 20s.
And what, you know what he did? Any of these people did?
I don't know what he did. I know that, well, actually I shouldn't say it. I think he did something with, well, he was going to school. At the time he was going to UNO.
Okay,
So that's all I remember about him is that he went to UNO.
Many times.
A little bit of harassing.
About 5 to 10.
And
I
they were
know
all
he was.
involved.
I knew he was a victim from before and stuff because we had talked a lot.
Background
He
lord
had grown
here.
up being abused by these guys, and he was like 20. His early 20s, I think maybe 20, 21.
So he was from some of the earlier victims.
And they had these guys have been going on for years before they got a phone call to me. The next guy is Carl Ehlers, and he was involved with NAMBLA. I met him out in New York. And I was with him about 3 times, and a kid named Harold Baker. He was a kid that was always with him. And Carl Ehlers got arrested.
All right, let's pull back.
I'm not sure exactly when he got arrested, but he got arrested and charged with
With all due haste.
sexual abusing some girl or something. He actually sexually abused a lot of other people, but they didn't really bring all of it out.
Where was he arrested?
I think in New York. I'm
Yeah,
not
a sergeant
100%
You know what his occupation was?
as well.
No.
You know where he's from? Was he from Omaha?
Carl Ehlers? No, he's from out there.
Enemies in our sights.
I only met him from them. This guy is Tim Anderson.
All right, I'm gonna give each squad a rocket
Any
launcher.
relation?
To,
Harold?
no. Tim Anderson was probably in his 30s. And I met him through Carlson too. He's always at the parties. I was with him. I was going with him 3 times
Where was he? What city?
in Omaha. His interests were in kind of, he liked younger kids.
How old was he?
In his 30s.
Okay. I just said that.
Next guy is Wayne Sunday, which I was with him one time.
Let's bring him back
He's
a
kind
little
of
bit.
fat.
Looks like we're losing guys.
Well, sick. Met him through Nashville too, out in New York. Stayed at his place most of the time I was in.
Guys, go back.
His
God.
apartment. He was on the steering committee with the Nashville. He's one of the head guys.
What did he do for them?
I don't know what he did for a living. I know he was the head guy in the steering committee for Nashville and did a lot of work for them, but I'm not sure what he did outside there. You know, I could probably figure it out.
How old guy was he?
Probably in his 30s, kind of bald on top, fat, and had hair on both sides, no else, and next guy is Larry King, and I was with him under 10 times, which was actually about maybe 5 or 6.
D. Larry came from Omaha.
Yeah, and then about credit union.
Commencing attack.
Met him in 80, I met him in 82 or 83 at the parties. Seen him in 80 at rituals, I seen him in 79 at a couple of rituals, but I never really knew who he was until 80, and then I was introduced to him. And in 82, 83, some stuff happened. I met him at the parties I met him through there. And then he started inviting me to his parties and stuff, which I never really had to do anything with him as long as I kept his big shots that he brought in happy. He didn't expect nothing from me. He paid me good.
Who were the big shots he brought in?
A lot of them, I don't know. A lot of them were like senators
Yeah, they're
and congressmen
decimating.
from
This is
other states.
crazy.
A lot
State
of them,
senators
he'd
or
send
U.S.
me
senators?
to them.
State senators or U.S. senators?
State senators, U.S. senators, congressmen, governors. I mean,
Do you
that's
know
where I
that-
got involved with the Washington, D.C. and stuff, and went to Washington, D.C. a lot. And he was also, I believe, involved with Monarch.
How are
And
they
I remember
fucking me up
seeing
like
him-
this so bad?
Or fat man that looked like him, maybe younger, in the early 70s and stuff when I first got involved with Monarch. So I think it was him. I'm not 100% sure. Off an Air Force Base, which is also where I met.
We're just not
Wall.
hurting these guys at all.
Which wall?
They just keep respawning.
David, first name. I want it from you.
Jerry?
What was his first name?
Jerry?
Jerry Waldy.
Jerry Wall, the FBI. He was an FBI agent in Omaha. Traveled a lot.
When did you meet Wall?
Actually, trying to go through that. I'm not sure, but I remember seeing him in a lot
Why
of
is this
things
so
that he
fucking
did
hard all of a
through
sudden?
Midway
I was
through the 70s
crushing
up
these
until
guys.
Probably after about 76 to about the time I got away from everything in 86. It's about a 10-year period that maybe, about that.
How many times did you see him?
I seen him a lot of times. Whenever I went to training and stuff, he was one of the guys that was there. I never really got to, not every time I went to training, but about once every couple of months I'd see him.
Training for what?
Monarch.
Okay.
He was one
I
of the guys.
just want you to say this.
Yeah, okay.
So there's no question about what you're
Okay.
talking about. You understand what
He was
I'm
one
doing?
of the guys that did the mind control stuff that would
Fuck, I didn't save.
kind of be like a protector. He'd kind of talk to you when things are happening and stuff and kind of try to make you think that he was on your side and stuff and you could trust him. You couldn't trust nobody else, but you could trust him.
Well, see, when I say Jerry who or Wall who, what I'm
Yeah.
trying to do is, I don't want anything to be for granted. I want it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
I want it all to be,
I remember him
want it all to
because-
hang out.
I remember him connecting with Larry King and stuff because they had met a couple, they talked several times. Larry King provided some boys for him. There was a party, I remember there was a small kid that Jerry brought to the party. This is like in the late, before I pulled away from it in 86.
How old was the kid?
Probably about 6.
Who was the kid, do you know?
I believe it was his son. Because Pastor John showed me a picture of Wall one time and just asked me if I knew who the guy was. At the time I said he looked familiar, but I didn't have a name for him. And then we started talking about something one time, and he didn't have these pictures again and stuff, but he mentioned something about some guy and stuff. I said, "You show me a picture of him." And he goes, "Which one?" I said, "One with the kid." And I knew I'd seen the kid because it was the same kid. And the
Where
kid
did
was
you
in the-
Where did you seen the kid where? You saw a picture of the kid and then you tied it into this party?
Well, see, I seen the kid at the party, but when I seen the picture of Jerry Wall and his son, but I didn't know it was Jerry Wall and his son. All I said is the guy looked familiar, but I said the kid looked more familiar. The reason the kid looked more familiar than Jerry was because at that time and stuff was I had been going through I was going through at the same time and stuff. I was going through memory of all the kids that were victimized at parties and stuff, and his face was one that was at a party and stuff. And I have a tendency to, when I see the pictures of the victims, I have a tendency to recognize them before I will perpetrators, because in the past when I was doing the MPD and stuff, even there was blocks on the perpetrators. There was other victims, there was no blocks on them, but who was perpetrating or who was sexually abusing me or whatever they were doing to me, there was blocks that would block them out. I couldn't see what their face looked like. So it's like when I was showing pictures of them, there might have been a resemblance. Like I know I've seen that person before, but I couldn't connect it right away. With the kids, there was no blocks, so it was easy to recognize him, but I didn't exactly know what it was from.
Okay, this kid was about 6 years old. What was the year on that?
I was about 86.
86. So the child now would be
He'd probably be about
13 years old.
well,
Already attacked.
11, 12. Because I'm saying 6, it's 4 to, like maybe 5, 6 years old. So I was, I don't count 93 yet, so 4, 5, 6. I just had 6 years. I don't add 93.
8 years later. 86 you
4,
said?
5, 6. I've been about 6.5 years.
Okay, so today how old would that kid be?
Be about 12, 12 years old.
Okay, you said that Larry King would send you out to politicians and congressmen, senators. So how did you know they were congressmen, senators?
Well, a lot of times when we were like in Washington D.C. and stuff, I figured it out after a while when they came in. And, like some of them had bodyguards. They'd come in and look around. And they'd always have forward guys that would go in before they would. When they were shot, I guess the forward guys were shot. And that was mainly with the congressmen and stuff. The governors, we went to different states and we met with, I think I was only with 2 governors.
What state did you go to and when?
There was one out in New York or Massachusetts. I'm trying to figure that one out because we were in, where we were at was like real close to either side. So I don't know where it was at, but I do know that I met with Senator Barney Franks, who's from Boston, or something like that.
Is he U.S. Senator?
I believe so. Barney Franks.
Did he molest you?
He had sexual relations.
Okay.
Scouts ready.
Is it Franks? F-R-A-N-K-S? Okay, who are the governors? Can you remember? Did you recognize any of the politicians?
I don't recognize too many of them. I didn't ask who they were. The only ones I really knew was
I await your instructions.
Studs, a guy named Gall.
I will do as you ask.
Were any state senators from Nebraska?
Did you recognize, now, aside from the fact that you had sex with some of these politicians, some of these parties, did you recognize any prominent senators or congressmen or anybody? Even though you may not have had sex with them.
A lot of the parties I went to, King had prominent people because at Washington D.C. whenever we were down there, you guys had parties. At the beginning of the party, you had a lot of young guys stuff that were servers. We'd sometimes serve stuff, sometimes we'd be up in the background, we'd be walking around the party and stuff. Nothing was to take place then. After the party was over, the ones that were involved with him, or the ones that he was trying to get political favors from, that won whatever they wanted, they would stay or they'd come in after the party was over, or the next day. See, so at the party, nothing even abnormal. I mean, if somebody was in there and stuff, they'd see no abnormal activities going on. So they would, honestly be able to say it. I've been to parties, but I've never seen anything. So, but I've seen some parties down in Washington. I've seen President Bush there. Talking about him.
What year was that? Was he
That
president
was
or vice
vice
president?
president. That's when he's still vice president. I've never met him as president because he became president in '88, and I never went around him.
You saw him at how many parties?
I've seen him at about 3 or 4 parties. And
This
at
was
every one of
before-
the parties, you had a little ID card that you had to have. And they had a little scanner thing. And when you went in, they blinded across this thing to get in there and stuff. They had special, special agents everywhere, Secret Servicemen everywhere and stuff. And I fell off the balcony of the place. They had a little window and stuff. I was sitting on there. I fell off. Didn't get hurt. I got up, but I dropped my car, and I had Secret Servicemen, about 500 guns pointing, about 20 guns pointing at my head when I tried to go back in. Until our team came over and straightened it out that he belongs in here. And that was kind of a spooky thing when you have all those guns pointing in your face and you're only about 15, 16 years old. The reason was because the vice president was there, so they had to have all the Secret Service. But I also seen that some of them, I seen people like Maureen Reagan, which is, I believe, President Reagan's daughter.
What did Vice President Bush hang around after the party was over, or what?
He was after the party a couple times, and we were hiding in the closet, and
Yes, most
I didn't get with a black kid, and he was with a white kid.
What do you mean with a white kid and a black kid?
Well, there was one,
Tell me about the time when you were in the closet.
well, me and this other kid, we were,
Who's the other kid?
I don't remember right now. He was from the Washington, D.C. area. He wasn't from around here. We were just sitting in the closet talking, just kind of trying to mind our own business. We were staying away from the rest of the party. We were in a back room in the bedroom.
Was this after the formal party was over?
Well, it was kind of during the formal party, but it was after a lot of people had already started leaving and stuff. And you remember that a couple of Secret Servicemen came in. One went to the window and looked around outside the window and stuff. The other one came in and looked in the closet and he'd already seen us.
Was it
He had a
dark?
flashlight. The lights were off. He didn't bother turning the lights. Came in with the flashlight. Looked in the closet. I guess he didn't really look around it because me and him were sitting on the floor right below him. He kind of looked like this. He didn't even look down. Kind of looked like that and stuff. Turned around and walked out of the room and stuff. And then we seen this other guy come in and stuff. And I didn't recognize him at first.
Was the closet door open or closed?
It was partially open.
Okay.
So we could, we could see out there and stuff. And, it's like the 2 people I knew as Webb. There's 2 kids that I knew as Webb and stuff. One of them was from Washington area. He was a white kid. And the other one was a black kid. I seen it at 2 different times.
2 different webs. One is a white, one is a black kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
One was from Omaha or somewhere out here.
Was the white kid or the black kid from Omaha?
Black kid.
Okay.
He's one that was from this area. And I seen
Scouts in
time
position.
Vice President Bush going and all he did was the kids performed oral sex on him. That was it.
Kids what?
Performed oral sex on him. Then
The kid performed oral. Which of the black kid or the white kid?
both. Well, first I seen him at 2 different times. First with the white kid. Then
When you were in the closet?
Yeah, we were in the closet both times.
Oh, were you?
That was our normal hideout. Me, him, and other kids and stuff. That's where we hid out at. We go on the plaza and stuff when we want to get away from the party.
So you were in that closet twice when Vice President Bush came in?
And I was in the closet more than twice. I was in the
I
closet
mean, when
dozens
Vice
of times.
President Bush came in. 2 separate parties, once with a white kid, once with a black kid?
Yeah.
So you saw him twice?
Yeah.
And the kid had to perform oral sex on him?
Marine squad deployed.
And what happened after they finished?
Stay vigilant, brother.
And he just got up and
yes, most
I left and after the
the
white kid knew that we were in there. The black kid didn't have any idea that anybody was else in the room and stuff. But the white kid, his name was also Joe Webb. And
Orders received.
I'm not sure if that was his real name or if he just tried to copy the black kid because the other kid's name was Wally Webb. Was his name. And the other kid was Joe Webb. But, he told us, okay, you guys can come out of the closet now.
The white kid did.
Yeah, he knew we were in there because he was one of the kids that used to hang out with us all the time. Maybe like 3 or 4 of us would just sit in the closet and stuff. And,
But he used to hang out in the closet and stuff. He figured you were in there.
well, he knew we were in there because he seen us go into the bedroom before we went in there. So we told him we were going in there. He said, we're going to go in and, in the bedroom and stuff and talk. Because that's what we did. We went in there and talked and stuff. He says, okay. He says, I might come in and join you in a little while. Because it was the only place you could hide from Larry King at. He never knew where you were at when you were there. He always figured you were up in some room with somebody, and so he never went and bothered looking for you. So he just disappeared for a while, and he'd go and look in the bedroom, and never look in the closet. Which had all kinds of stuff in it, too.
What do you have in there?
Clothes, anything. I mean, he's kind of a wild guy. I mean, I don't know if anybody knew that he was a drag queen, but he liked to dress up in women's clothing a lot of times. I mean, you got Queen of the Max, and
You're talking about all kinds of women.
he had some women's clothing in there, but yeah, men's clothing, suits and stuff.
Could have been his wife's clothing.
Not in his size. She's a small woman.
So did you see Bush there any other time?
I just seen him at a couple other parties, but I never seen him do anything.
So you saw him probably at total of 4 parties.
Yeah.
You saw him involved in sex act twice.
Yeah.
What happened to this Webb kid from Washington, D.C.?
As far as I know, he's still down in Washington, D.C.
What happened to the other kid? Black
Wally?
kid. Yeah. Or
I don't know,
Joe Webb was the black kid, wasn't
No, Wally
he?
was.
Wally Webb, okay. He's from Omaha.
Yeah.
What happened to him?
I don't know. Only thing I know about him and stuff is what I've been kind of picking up here and there from what's been written about it in the book and stuff, even though his name's being misprinted or even though they use a different name for him, they don't use his name Wally in the book.
What other politicians?
Come on, beat him back. No!
Let's say you still went to
Fuck, the Tau
2
beat the
governors. One
fucking
was in
orcs,
New York and
man.
Massachusetts.
Shit.
What year was that?
That was in the early 80s. I'm not sure exactly what year.
Oh, fuck
Where
this. I
was
don't
the
want
other
to finish
governor?
this anymore. I wanted to fight the
Uh,
orcs.
I couldn't even say for sure. I know it was down around on the East Coast, though. It was down lower toward Washington, D.C., because we were on a trip there and drove to where it was
Ah,
at.
it's gay.
I'm not sure where it was from.
Who's we?
Larry King. He was the one that always... He accompanied me, or he'd have one of his
I'm gonna
personal
load.
boys.
I don't want that.
Well, personal men. Because they had bodies by God, and they had... all that kind of stuff.
Here we go.
Did you ever see Bush in Omaha?
I'm gonna attack the Tau
No,
directly.
I've never seen him on the phone. I've never been there. But I knew a guy that gave us a trip to the White House one night, and that was a guy named Jerry Spence.
He gave you a trip to the White House?
Yeah, it took me and a bunch of other boys for a tour through the White House.
And when was that?
Well, it actually happened about 6 or 7 times.
Did somebody have
Through the
sex?
upper rooms where supposedly nobody goes.
Did somebody have sex with you there?
No, but we went and had sex afterwards. And I don't know who they were. I mean, they were
Where did you go for sex afterwards?
to a hotel. It was near the Lincoln Memorial.
Do you know who had sex with you? Spence. Do you know where Spence is from?
No. All I know is he was
Who introduced you to Spence?
Larry King. He got me involved with what they called Bodies by God, and then they also had another group which I was involved with, which was Dream Boys,
Okay.
the group that they ran. And Larry King was part of with getting boys and young men involved.
I'm going to show you some pictures. I'm going to show you.
Take and hold.
Here we go.
4 pictures.
What would you
You know,
have?
some of you ever seen these men before? You put them up for the camera first. That's one.
I await your instructions.
We'll show them to you all at the same time. There's another one. Another
I
one.
will do as you ask.
I'm going to block off the name, by the way, when I show it to you. Here's another one. Okay, let me block off this one name. It's Matter of fact, it's autographed.
Position secure.
So, block it off. You take a look at these, see if you've ever seen these people.
This guy up.
Scouts
Position on the objective.
I'm gonna show it to him like this.
My fate is my fate. Reporting to duty.
Okay, here's 4 pictures.
Scouts ready.
Put them out.
Gathering
There.
intelligence.
There,
Yes, most
Scouts reporting for duty.
there, and there.
as you ask.
Scouts here. Getting into position.
Oh shit. Alright, they've already got a fucking tank.
Scouts reporting for duty.
Yeah, this makes a better picture of it.
Alright, well. Let's try to do this.
Scouts reporting for duty.
Looks familiar.
Scouts advance. Commencing
Yeah,
infiltration.
Clarence Thomas.
Have you ever seen Clarence Thomas?
For duty.
Just on TV.
Okay, that takes care of that one. What about
That
this
is Clarence Thomas.
one? It is Clarence Thomas, yeah.
Okay.
What about that?
It's like somebody who's had some party with Larry King.
Scouts in position. Scouts advance.
I don't know which one it was.
I await your instructions.
Let's hear- see if
Let's
there's
go, let's
research
go.
on that.
Get them, get them.
Take them
Get these
down
bitches.
from
Oh
here.
no, get the research. There's a name tag on. Focusing. That's one thing I have. I have like
Fire,
a video
focus
playing
fire.
in my head.
Okay, focus in on that.
We're barely doing any damage to this thing.
Yes, sir.
Shit. Chapel Barracks, damn it.
Either Bill or Bob.
Remember his last name?
Lining up our targets.
Today, the enemy shall have no fear. Confirm.
Get back. Somebody else take the aggro.
Alan?
Bill or Bob Allen?
Lining up our targets.
Alan?
Where'd you see him?
Down from
Huh.
here.
Shit.
I've only seen him in several different places. It was all dealing with political stuff with Larry King.
Remember where?
Scouts reporting for
aim
duty.
shall not falter.
I want to say Dallas,
Get back, get back.
Fort Worth,
We're at the convention when you went down?
yeah. The ranch and
Scouts
What ranch?
Washington, D.C. The South Fork. One where I guess they filmed, what they say, Dallas or something. It's a movie.
In Dallas, that's Dallas.
I say Fort.
Dallas TV. The Dallas TV show.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes,
Did you see him there?
yeah.
And who was he with?
He was with, well, there were several people. I don't know who he was with, but I know that
Scouts reporting for
there
duty.
was a guy named Bill or Bob Allen or Alex. Trying to get the last letter on the name. Alex doesn't sound right for the last name.
Scouts reporting for
I gotta say Alan. I gotta say Alan because
You say this,
Alex is not the last name.
this guy's name is Bill or Bob Allen?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna, for the purpose of the camera, I'm gonna take the signature. This is an autograph photograph. I'm gonna show the camera what his last name. You didn't see this autograph, this signed autograph.
Scouts reporting
To
for
show you what you came up with.
I shall end you. I have waited long
Okay.
for this day.
We've got enough troops.
And that, for the record, that's Bill Allen. He was a Republican candidate for the U.S. Senate,
getting into position.
and in the past was a write-in candidate in 1990. Bill Allen. You identified him. Huh? You what?
This guy looks real familiar. Looks like the governor of California.
You ever see the governor of California?
Scouts here.
Just on TV, but
And you never saw him at any of these parties.
At your command.
I think the governor is.
It is the governor.
Yes, my lord. Scouts here.
Well, you can sure tell I don't try and make up nothing about somebody. If I don't know from any parties, I won't say nothing.
That's right. That's good. Okay, keep going with your list. Now, what I'd like to do is
Praise the Emperor.
maybe the next day or so we can go to the library and look at all the U.S. congressmen and senators.
Softer than carry a big gun.
Yeah.
Scouts here.
They must have a picture of Lincoln.
Jerry Studs, and then there's
Scouts
a.
here.
Studs is where.
Position. At your command.
I think it's Jerry Studs, I'm not sure. There's a lot of Jerry's in there.
Going back to Alan, did he ever perform in sex act?
Orders received.
Alan,
Bill Allen, the Senate,
Scouts
Congressional, or senatorial candidate.
here. Scouts awaiting orders. Scouts in position. Scouts in position.
You just saw him at the parties.
I see him at parties and stuff, and I know he was around after the parties, so I know he was aware of what was going on with it.
And he's
And stuff.
a friend of Larry King's.
Is eternal.
Okay. Okay, keep going with the list. Anything more on Larry King you want to mention?
Scouts in position.
I have to go on him separate.
Later.
Several people in here and stuff about trying to go on and stuff to take it. I always
Okay, well, the ones we need to go on separate, you let me know.
let you know.
Huh?
I mean, I'll put an asterisk on them.
Well, here, I'll make a note of their name here.
Okay.
At your
I'll sit
command.
one and
Venerate the immortal emperor.
Orders received.
Carlson,
Your order.
And Anderson, Bear,
Orders
Anderson,
received.
Bear,
Citron,
King.
King, who else?
Heretofore,
Well, we'll go through the ones from Nambo.
And Nambra. Okay. Okay, keep going, then we'll come back to those. You have to do a little separate chapter on each one of those.
Next one's Hugh Hamill, and he was from,
initializing build.
I don't know exactly which one, but I know he's from New York, and I met him on Trickland in Times Square. But he was involved with NAMBLA. And that was in about 82. And I was with him about 2 trains.
Venerate the immortal emperor.
And I don't know what he did because I know he'd been in prison, and I know he went back to prison, and
Yes,
all
my lord.
happened. That all happened over a kid named Charles Dyson, which I can explain a lot about that.
What's that now?
Done
Over what?
to a kid named Charles Dyson, who disappeared out from his home in New Jersey
Very close
in
thunder.
82,
Oh, thunder.
end of November, first part of December. But he ended up going back. He ended up getting back home and stuff. And I was around him while he was abducted. I was out there for a week with him and stuff. And
When they abducted him?
well, no, not when they abducted him, but it was after he'd already been abducted and stuff, and I didn't know it. And I was at this place where he was at. They arrested a bunch of guys. Supposedly, they knew where he was at, or that they had something to do with it, which they didn't. People that got arrested didn't have anything to do with it. Yeah, John David Bomarito got away. He was the one that actually did it. Police caught him and stuff. He was wanted in another state. They let him go. He was wanted in Texas, I guess, because this is I got a list from David Thorstad on him, and also from himself, from John Bomarito. And he said that he had a deal worked out with the FBI in some town. He was working with them to try and get NAMBLA, some NAMBLA people in trouble and stuff, and try and put a bad name on them and stuff. He's working with some dirty FBI agents, which is surprising me more.
What town?
Well, out in, on the East Coast, I'm not sure exactly what town. All I know is that the ones he was working with were good enough to get the charges dropped in Texas against him for sexually molesting some boys. He had just gotten out of prison in Buena Vista, Colorado for the same thing.
Okay, spell his name for you.
Bomarito?
Shit, they just
B-A-M-M.
decimated us.
R-
Fuck.
Stay vigilant, brother.
Is it on? It is.
Shit.
B-M-A...
Dude, their troops are so
Yeah,
much more
yeah.
powerful than mine.
Orders received.
Fuck.
B-M-A-R-I-T...
Fear our wrath.
Oh my gosh.
Onward.
Or
First name?
Barons. And he went by several aliases. Barons.
Barron's for last name?
John David or David John. Bonrito. He was Bonrito.
And you don't know, remember what town, where the FBI were, or what they were gonna do?
No, all I know is that he got away with this kidnapping Charles Dyson. The other guy that was with him got in trouble for it. And that was,
Direct us to Kennedy.
I don't know, I think it was Hugh Hammond.
Here comes the fucking waves, man.
I got all that written
Will
down.
this kid come back then?
Charles Dyson, he went back home when I was in 82 and stuff. I think he got back home either at the end of 82 or the beginning of 83. He went back home. They got him on a bus ticket. And,
Was he found by the police, or did he turn himself in, or what?
well, he came back home on his own. He came back on a bus and stuff, and the police made it look like... I mean, I know the kid and stuff. He... the entire time he was with them and stuff, I don't know if they ever molested him or not when he was with them. I know that he went skiing and stuff because I was with him part of the time, and basically we went out and did, had a lot of fun and stuff. And I don't know if he ever got molested or not. I think he did. I don't think
Was he actually kidnapped, or did he go voluntarily?
He kind of went voluntarily, but he was under the age, so he said he kidnapped him.
And how long was he gone?
About a month, I think.
And Bomberito happened the whole time?
Bomberito and some other guy.
And you saw him, you were with him that time?
I was with him for a couple of days.
Fucked up.
And stuff. So I
Out
stayed
where?
out in Connecticut. It was at the Wareham. They had a Wareham cottage in Wareham, Massachusetts. Up in
Where we were in Mass.
that's what it was in Wareham, Massachusetts, where they were
We're
at.
all dead.
That's where they busted. I believe
Right here, protect
either
your
Dave,
buddy.
I think it was Hugh Hamlin. They also arrested Harold Baker, who at the time I think was 17. They charged him as being. They had this big thing and stuff, making him look like he was a sexual pervert, doing stuff with minors and stuff. He was like 17 years old when this was going on. Police were doing it to him,
Police were doing what to him?
charging him with kidnapping or something like that. And he didn't have anything to do with it. I mean, they charged these guys with all phony charges.
What
I know
police?
that the Massachusetts police and the New Jersey police. And I know that they were false charges because I was out there and Hamill and this other guy Baker had
That
nothing to
Space
do with
Marines
this
are
kid's abduction.
fucking wrecking me.
These guys
didn't
brought
know
this
I've
kid
got
there and stuff, and they didn't even know the kid was
these
abducted for a
goddamn
while. And they
turrets.
found out, they told me they had to go on. They couldn't stay. These guys couldn't stay there.
Yes, my lord.
And so it's like they made this kid Baker, who was like 17 years old, look like he was a pedophile or something
Back.
because he was messing with kids that were about 16 and stuff, which were basically his own age.
Where are these guys from? These two guys.
Hamilton, they're from the Boston, New York areas.
I just let him take care
With
of that.
NAMBLA, Boston and New York City are not separated.
Were these two Nambla guys?
Baker was involved full force with it. And
Hamill?
Hamill, I don't think he ever really got involved with NAMBLA completely. I know he wrote a lot of letters to him, so I read a couple of them when he was in going to jail stuff. NAMBLA did a lot of legal work for him. They had their attorneys working with him, working for him, trying to get him out
What was he in jail for? On this charge?
on this charge, which was
Awaiting
Trumped
orders.
up.
was trumped up by the police and stuff because they
Stay
were
vigilant.
on a witch hunt after him, even though he hadn't done anything with that. You know, he'd done stuff with other kids and stuff, but he hadn't done anything with the one they were charging him with. So they were making up for it, I guess. The next guy is a guy named Tank. Any gay bar in Omaha, they'd know exactly who he is. Although the Omaha police thought he was a fictitious person, probably made up in our imagination, but he actually exists and fits the description that we described.
The tank is who?
He's a guy that he hangs out in the old market area. He's kind of an old troll. Just hangs out and looks for kids or young guys
Is he white or black?
and white. Kind of big build, kind of like a motorcycle fat guy. Lived up in Harney Street at the time, which was where I lived out when I first met him.
Oh, you. When did it happen?
Oh, I met him in. First time I met him was in the mid '70s when I first got involved with Carlson and that, and started going down to the old Diamond Bar, which was not what it's like now no more. It's about a block away from his, across the street from the bus station, which now is a parking lot.
We're gonna get these guys hooked up with some rocket launchers here.
We tore the building down. Moved into what used to be the Mosey's Inn, which my aunt used to work at. She was a bouncer and a bartender. Used to throw guys out there. And Mosey used to be the chief of police in Omaha. He's a really nice guy. After he died, they
Just wiped out
closed
all
up
of
the
our
bar.
fucking turrets like in 2 seconds.
Diamond Bar took over, which is a gay bar, and they took over, or bought it out.
And my servitors.
He moved in, but that's where I met him at. And
Dude, go
I
protect
was
the
with him under,
fucking commander.
sometimes, and he was at party. I met him on the run, and then I met him.
What are you guys doing
party
back
with
here?
friends, like, he was partying with them all the time. And the next guy is Fat Freddy, which I'm trying. His real name is Fred Mertzstar. He's, as far as I know, he's from. He's still living downtown there and stuff. He's still picking up young boys. He's always had runaways living with him and stuff, and he always takes advantage of them, making them prostitute themselves to other guys, to himself. At the time, he was probably in his 40s. He's probably going to his 50s now,
Back here.
mid late 50s. This heavyset guy that always complained that he was going to die of cancer and die of this or die of that, and he never died. Maybe he should have. I met him at the same time I met Tank. So they were kind of running together. They were friends that he lived up in Jackson Street, about 16th and Jackson. Guys lived in the downtown area around the gay bars and stuff. I met him at the same time in Chicago in the mid-70s. And I also seen him at the run party there. And the next guy is David Grote. I was with him 5 to 10 times from 79 to 82. So prison, I think that was. I was out in New York, and I was with Namble. So he was involved the same.
You know what he does?
Damn. All these dead
If
bodies.
you know what any of these people do for a living, mention that also.
Yeah, I will. He goes to prison.
If he's a prison next time,
Well, I think he probably would be now. I think he went to prison in 82 or 83. I'm not sure. All I know is he disappeared for a while. Namble was complaining about him more than
for child molestation and what?
yeah.
Do these Namba guys pick on girls too?
Some do. Most of them involved in Namble are involved with the boys and stuff.
Shit.
At least the ones I know.
Orders received.
Kind of interesting, their bulletin there for sexual freedom for all ages and stuff. You get in their bulletin, it's filled with little boys in it.
Yeah.
You know, at least that's what it used to be. I don't know if there's anymore.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen one for. I have, as Paul, I've never seen one, but going on when I was there for some, it's probably about 3.5, well, maybe more, 4 years now.
Alright, get this
Yeah.
guy.
Been hard to get into prison. They won't let him hurry, I don't think. And again, I don't know how they found me when I was in prison and started writing me again.
Namba did?
They started writing me and sending letters and kept encouraging me. I'm like, going, yeah, what's your encouragement? You guys are gross.
Well, somebody in the prison took him.
Well, no, it's like when I got arrested, that's the weird thing about it. Nobody in prison knew me, but it's like they knew that when I got arrested and stuff, so it's like funny that they're in connection with the people in Omaha, and how would they know I was in prison? It had to have been somebody that they know in Omaha that would have told these people. David Thorstad was sure is dead, but nobody can get anything out of him. I mean,
Why do you
say
think?
he died of AIDS.
Oh, they did?
That's what Dr. Denson Gerber said. He died of AIDS. So if he did, then kind of good and bad. It's good that he's dead and he's not abusing more kids, but it's bad because just think about the kids that might have infected with it.
Sure he did.
system. Anyway. Okay, I don't know. It's a different story.
Okay.
This guy is Jack West. I was with him 10 or 20 times, and he worked at the Max. He's a bartender for a long while.
What's the max? Bar?
Max Bar, Maxine's.
As your command.
No, I don't know if it's Maxine's or what. But
What city?
Omaha. Across from the Omaha Police Department, in fact. You look out that window and see it. In fact, all of the bars are right around the police department. You know that. It's a protection, I guess. But, Jack West was a bartender there. He was also a close friend of Alan Bear. He supplied boys for parties and stuff because young guys would come in that were underage and stuff, 16, 17 years old. He'd supply them with alcohol and stuff for sexual favors and stuff. He
Marine squad deployed.
was just involved with Baron King quite heavily. So the next guy was a guy named Tom Harvey. He used to be, I don't know what he did at the bank or at the credit union, but he worked with
Awaiting
He
orders.
was at a couple of parties and they had sexual relations with him twice. He lived with, after he was like probably in his 30s, he lived with his mother.
Were you white or black?
Like a chunky. He lived with his mom. Even in his 30s. I thought that was kind of strange, but so was the guy. The next guy is a guy named Donald Sitzman, and he was a lawyer in the Omaha area. I met him on the run. And I also seen him at some other gatherings, but I'm not sure
What
exactly.
do you mean on the run?
The run in Omaha itself.
Oh, that's the name of the place?
Well, the run is, it's the name of a gay bar, but it's also an area that runs from 16th and down Leavenworth, across 16th Street, from about 16th to 18th and Leavenworth, over to Jackson Street that goes up and goes right around the Omaha Correctional Center. And it's where it's like a,
Get back.
it's kind of like Santa Monica Boulevard is out in Beverly Hills. It's kind of that type of an area. It's where all the gay prostitutes hang out at. Like in Omaha, they got 17th Street, 17th and Farms, where all the female prostitutes hang out. The gays just got a whole block. They don't just take one little corner. They take the whole block right around the correctional center. I guess it's just closer when they get arrested for something. That's not good. They hang out there and used to make jokes about you after you escape from this place, just make sure it's a Friday or Saturday night. Just take off your jumpsuit and run around the street with your underwear. Some guy will pick you up in 5 seconds. And, if you're a woman, you're going to have a little bit of trouble with think that. But now since when he picked me up, I was with him one time. The only reason I remember his name and stuff is because I stole his ball.
Sitzman?
Sitzman. I stole his ball. And I seen him on TV one time. He was talking. And this was like back in early part of the 80s or something. I've seen that guy. Says, I know, and I thought, the person I was out with thought, I know where I've seen this guy too. I don't want to tell anybody I know this guy, but
What is Sitzman?
he was a lawyer.
He was whose lawyer?
I don't think he was anybody's lawyer, but I know he was a big shot lawyer and stuff. He was working out of UNO or something like that. Or legal advisor or something. He worked with, on some cases he worked, kind of funny, he worked on sexual abuse cases and stuff, prosecuting and stuff with the state for certain cases that were involved. I think it was Sitzman or something like that. That was involved with some cases involving some people that might have had information with the Frank case, which the guy who didn't have any information about Franklin because he was an idiot who was getting all his information from everybody else.
Did you put some names on the bottom there that you missed?
Down here? Yeah, but it was just a last name and his name was
We stand ready. Initiating attack protocol 20.
where were we? Oh, I got a better copy somewhere. Maybe in this file. I don't even know where we got in this file.
Onward to glory.
Something
Yeah,
like that.
that's a photocopy, so you need the original.
Yeah, well, I had another photocopy of this same page that got a little more page on it.
will do as you ask.
It's in the. What would the victim in? What would the cult
Let me turn off the camera.
Awaiting orders. Commencing attack.
No.
Faith is our shield.
It's
Commencing attack.
the blind fire. Ah!
You got it?
Yeah, it was sitting right on the top. No wonder. Just underneath a couple other pictures. No, that's not a good one. Murray. It wasn't on there, but I just remembered what it was.
Okay.
Center, because they were all like this. Murray. He, the guy who hang around with Tom Harvey and King and stuff, and went out to get lunch a couple times and stuff, and they got him drunk one time and ran up in bed with him. I don't think he was into that kind of stuff, because when he woke up he was kind of like going, he didn't remember anything.
What did he do? Murray.
Fuck.
He worked at the bank
Awaiting orders.
with King and
We will crush the enemies of the
I mean,
Imperium.
that was in '83.
There's just no way, man. Fuck.
Onward to glory.
I didn't bother telling him.
I can't even reach them. Like my fucking turrets can't reach them.
He just dropped it.
I don't think he
I don't have enough time to build up enough defenses to defend against these
he
guys.
was upset at himself. And nothing ever happened since then, and
As your command.
I ain't seen him around the bank for very much longer after that either.
He quit?
I don't know. He just never came around.
Well, did you hang around the bank? You told him the savings and all that?
The credit union?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't really hang around there, but I was there several times. I met several people and stuff. And then at one time with a fake mustache, I don't know if you'd recognize me. I had sunglasses and a fake mustache. I was about 5 feet tall. I thought for sure they'd recognize me because I'd been in there.
While the enemies of the Emperor
Next two guys I'd have to put together because they were always together at the same time. And I believe they were probably brothers. Well, actually, they were brothers. They were twins. I hope they were brothers. Tim and Mark Daniels, they were from Sioux City, Iowa. They were involved with other team. They were in their early 20s, and
How do I make this many fucking guys?
they
Alright.
were victims themselves. They were part of a group up there that was running with a bunch of teenage prostitutes at the time and stuff. And it's like a couple years ago, I guess, a bunch of teenagers in Sioux City, Iowa got busted for prostitution. The cops came out and said that the kids were running it themselves, which they weren't. But, of course, that's the cover-up for Larry King, because he was the one running them.
You talking about female prostitutes or male
Male
prostitutes?
prostitutes and female prostitutes. But they said that the kids themselves were running the show because one of the kids had files in his house or something. I don't know what the reason was, but I know the kid that had the file. You know, I knew one of the kids kept files and everything. That's probably why they said that the kids ran it themselves, even though Larry King was the one that ran it. Him and one of his black buddies that was up there. And in fact, one of the other girls who right now is indisposed until probably June for anybody trying to talk to her because she's on parole and she doesn't want
Yeah, I don't blame her.
to.
She doesn't trust him, does she?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I told her she was going to talk to Roy before she got out on parole. And I said, well, I told my brother, I said, when you talk to her, because my brother's going with her for a while, and I said, when you talk to her, tell her don't talk to Roy until she gets out of there. I says, because that'll be a sure way to get her parole tonight. Don't make her jam it just like they did me. So I says, I says, not to put Roy down.
She one of these girls?
She was one of the girls that went up there all the time and stuff, and was involved with going to the parties and in Sioux City, and
Were the parties between Omaha and Sioux City?
they had a lot of parties between Omaha and Sioux City. It's like it's a lot of Sioux City in the Washington, Washington
What
D.C.
the hell? They're already attacking.
Larry King, and yeah, there was a lot of parties.
Do you have any parties down here in Lincoln?
A couple.
Look how many fucking guys they have already.
Cell phone? Just turn the TV.
This is fucking insane. They got 2 tanks,
Sounds like Jackie.
2 dreadnoughts, And a bunch of infantry already down here. Dude, fuck this.
Okay, next. We're back
What the fuck is this bullshit?
Yeah, we
after
were
the
talking about anything in Lincoln went on. I just started talking about the Lincoln Hilton, Fallon Brown stuff. So,
Oh yeah, right. I asked you if anything like
so some things did happen in Lincoln, but not on a regular basis, and it wasn't very often.
where did it take place,
Usually at the Lincoln Hilton.
and who would be involved.
Usually was stuff with Alan Barron. He'd pick up young guys from what was called the boardwalk at the time, after hours and stuff.
Is that here in Lincoln?
And it was here in Lincoln. I don't know if it's still was a gay bar and stuff. And there were like kids that would go in there like 14 and stuff, and they'd never even card them because
You read what?
card them
Oh,
because they had a thing where if you drank, you had to have a stamp on your hand. If you didn't drink, then
they wouldn't even bother to card them.
well, if you had a stamp on your hand, it meant that you were you the stamp and you drink.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go attack this fucker.
And who else was with Alan Bear?
Well, usually when Ellen Bear came down here, it was usually with himself or young guys. So it's usually on his own.
Okay.
But there's other guys that was in Lincoln, but I don't know who they were. But
I already took down my dreadnought.
the next guy is also from Sioux City, Iowa, and I was with him 3 times. I was with both Tim and Mark Daniels, who we were talking about twice. And that was in 1982. And Jeremy.
How many? What's his occupation, age, and whatnot?
Jeremy?
Yeah, the next guy.
He was in his probably his late 20s. He was a teacher in Sioux City, Iowa. And he was involved with our team in 1984 and was with him 3 times. And I was dealing with
Oh, my commander turned on my guys. What the fuck?
Next guy was I was with 5 to 10 times. He was a man named Charles Rogers, who found out was committed suicide or something. Seemed to cancer up and stuff.
Wow.
Scouts reporting for duty.
What about his age and occupation? Or
Yes, my lord.
20s.
Scouts charge.
I don't know what he did.
Scouts reporting for duty.
All I know is that he was one of King's lovers.
black, white.
Uh,
So he was in Omaha.
Scouts reporting for duty.
That's made 285. Next guy was with 3 times. All I know is his first name was Mike, and he's a lifeguard in Sioux City, Iowa. And in 1984, the same parties I met the teacher. And they seem to know each other quite well.
Who took you to Sioux City?
Mark King.
Driving.
Yeah. Next guy is Keith Jacobson. He's from somewhere out in somewhere in Nebraska. I know he's kind of like lived on a farm in a small town stuff. And recently they had him in the paper and stuff. He got arrested for supposedly buying some child pornography, and they came up and said that he was framed and stuff. And he got all of his charges dropped and stuff. And I know the guy was a pedophile and like was 80 something. And he said, well, I didn't even look at it. I didn't even have a chance to know what it was even about and stuff yet. He filled out a survey saying that he was interested in young adolescents having, involved in sexual activity and stuff. And
Where did he fill his survey out?
it was a post office sting. It was a sting operation by the government.
Oh, I see. Then he got the material and they arrested him and they dropped the charges?
They ended up dropping the charges because they said it was a setup. He was set up, and the government was creating crime by having this thing where you could buy the stuff from them and then they get you in the gun.
Why would they bother doing it and then drop the charges?
Well, no, they didn't bother doing all of it. They tried to charge him stuff, but he had some big shot lawyers and stuff. Partially involved with NAMBLA, partially involved with gay movement all across the country and stuff, because he admitted he was gay. And
Where'd that take place?
Scouts
right here in
reporting
Nebraska.
duty.
Lincoln or Omaha?
More toward the Lincoln area, I think, in Omaha. It was some smaller town, I'm not sure exactly where it was at. But there was Jefferson. He was,
How old was he?
probably in his 30s.
It's insane, dude.
Not bad, so.
Did you tell me his occupation?
I'm not sure what his occupation was. I know he lived on a farm or something. Maybe he's a farmer. That's from 84 to 86. The next guy was a guy named Harold Johnson. He was pretty involved.
That the camera on you? Did you check it?
Yeah. And
Harold Johnson.
he was involved with a lot of different people. And he was involved with Bear, which Pete Jacobson knew Bear too, and they ran around together. So Bear supplied with some boys, and vice versa. He supplied with some boys from a smaller town from where he was at.
Occupation. Age.
Probably 40s, 50s, 60s.
Fucking A.
Next guy I only know is that his name was Pearson, and he was at the Dallas convention with Larry King.
Pierce.
Yeah. I don't remember anything else about him. All I know is that we did something one time. And also, there was a guy named Johnson there that they were both involved with the GOP garbage. That's what it is. They're Republican Party GOP. I don't know what GOP stands for.
Let's try one more time.
Republican. They were both involved with the.
They were both at the Dallas convention at the
Yeah. How many times did they
ranch
molest you?
once.
Once each.
Yeah, they were in the same room at the same time. There's a couple of kids there. Just mixed up. Next one is Barney Franks. I mentioned earlier.
I remember the name. Yeah.
Senator or congressman. I'm not sure exactly what he was. I know he's a politician from Boston. Massachusetts. He was involved with Kingham with NAMBLA. I met him in Washington, D.C. several times. I met him in Boston several times at different locations. So
Alright, we're
That's
gonna bring our
kind
guys
of-
back
The
here.
enemies of the Emperor still draw breath. There can be
we
no
did several different places,
Total.
about 15 times.
Oh.
Yes, most beneficent one.
It's probably
Okay.
50s now.
Here.
So probably in the 60s. I
Yeah.
be a glorious one for the Imperial.
Ah, boy.
See, you remember if he was a congressman or senator?
don't know. I think he was a congressman.
Get back,
So
get back.
I'm not sure if he's a congressman or if he's a senator. What I'm trying to figure out.
You guys stay back.
But,
Follow my lead.
You guys stay back.
he's
Stay
mainly
back,
involved
stay back, stay back.
with Larry King. And that's where I met him, even though they had
back, stay back,
disagreements
stay
on
back.
politics.
Fuck.
The reason was that Barney Franks was a Democrat.
What the fuck
If
am
he
I
was
supposed
a
to do about this?
Republican,
Look at all this
I guess
fucking
I
armor they
think
have.
that they both were. And that's the only common thing they had about them.
Was he black or white?
Like, all the guy kind
In what universe do I win
of
this
got you
battle?
bought by your bill or something. So.
He was that well built? Don't laugh.
He's a little bit bigger, husky size than not the guy my size. Which I don't know if you understand senators that are my
How the
size.
fuck would I repel
I don't know
this?
if
How the
many people
fuck
who
would I
are.
repel this?
Next guy is a guy named Bob Gage.
What the fuck would I possibly be able to do?
He was from
repel
Los
this attack?
Angeles and knows with Larry, or not Larry King, but Alan Bear.
How many times?
With him, one time, but he was the main contact for the drug.
In Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Did this sexual act take place in Los Angeles? What was the occasion for you being in LA at that time?
Huh?
Why were you in LA at the time?
I was there with Case, and we were there to mainly maybe 5 hours, just picking up packages and bringing them back to Omaha. And when I found out what the packages were, and I kind of didn't want to pick them up anymore.
You were with Case?
And again, well, I call him Chase. I said Case, but I missed the letter.
C-H-A-S-E?
Yeah.
And who is he?
He was a guy that I used to go around on scavenger hunts for Larry King, or not Larry King, but Alan Bear. I keep getting those two mixed up because they're almost tied in with everything, or together with everything, so I get them tied up all the time. And Chase was from Omaha, but he was always one that was sent with me to go and pick up things, or go and get other kids from other cities.
So how was this guy involved in the drug operation out there, Gage?
Gage,
You know his
I'm
full
not sure
name?
if he was a customs agent or what, but I know that he was close friend. I
keep
know
trying.
that every time I went there and stuff, he was always involved in the airport and stuff. Sometimes he had a uniform on, which was a security, like a customs kind of clothes and stuff. It was at the international airport in LA.
I live about 5 miles from there.
So,
Well,
yes.
tell me about it. How would you pick the drugs and all that? And how was he involved in the drugs?
How was he? I don't know how he was
Just
involved.
gonna
but I know that he
print out
was
some
in
scouts
drugs
to like
because
make it a
a lot of
distraction,
times
basically.
He'd bring the stuff to the hotel and stuff. He'd be talking to Chase, and they'd open it up. Chase would check and make sure that everything was there. Sometimes they'd take stuff out and they'd weigh it.
They've got 2 tanks now.
Would he bring the stuff to the hotel room? How did you know they were
Yeah.
drugs?
They're making more tanks,
Okay. Did you taste it or anything?
No, I was in the bathroom.
and they're just killing my scouts instantly.
And
They're just
he's
being
like,
sacrificed
yeah.
immediately.
Did somebody say that that's what it was?
Identifying targets.
Scouts report
Well,
to
we're talking about it.
Let's take out the little guys
Trying to
first.
get a picture of what it is when they're talking about cocaine, because they're talking about best nose candy you can get.
Best
nose
what?
candy. So best nose candy you can buy.
Alright, we're gonna print out Marines.
That's cocaine. I don't know. I never snorted cocaine. I never did cocaine. I never wanted to.
Well, did this guy come to the hotel in his uniform?
reporting for duty.
He came to the
We're gonna send
hotel. No, I never
big
came to
guys
the
out.
hotel in his uniform. We picked up stuff from the airport. We go to the airport. We get off our plane.
Took out my Terminator.
We would be going in this thing, and they had this. It's kind of. You probably know what it's like going through customs.
Yeah.
Let's take out the little guys
And they
first.
have a room or something.
Yeah.
He'd come out of the room with a bag.
Scouts report
You get off a domestic flight.
You're up to this domestic
Where
flight.
would you meet him then?
We would have to go through. We go through the airport. We go to where they have the customs offices at.
Got that guy.
So all over the place to get there inside the airport. We got it up in one place, but
Alright, Marine
we
squad,
go
let's
there.
go.
He'd go in this room. He'd come back out and give us the package and say that everything was checked out okay.
Now, he had a uniform on there.
Yeah, everything from our stuff.
Okay.
So he'd just, he'd
Alright.
give us the bag and we'd usually just walk away.
Took out those
or sometimes
guys.
We
That
we
guy,
did
let's
this
take out the
several times
gunships.
stuff where we actually
Take out the gunships.
flew in, got on a flight that came in
Alright, Marine
from
squad.
another country, which
Got the
wasn't hard
gunships.
because it flies to California. and
They
then
killed my
take the
servitor.
plane
Those fucking
to-
bastards.
somewhere else.
Wait a minute. Did you get on a flight that would take you out of the country?
Yeah.
Did you have a passport or a visa or anything?
Well, you can get fake passports.
I know, but did you have?
Yeah, we had fake passports all the time.
Well, did
Well,
Gage put you on
When we
these?
went there, when we got there and stuff, we always had the fake passports with us because Alan Bear had them already set up and stuff. I had 4 or 5 passports under 4 or 5 different names.
And who gave you those passports?
Alan Bear did. He's the one that got them all for us, and we went to California with him several times. He had some of his friends that worked in that department make up all these passports and stuff, so we could just
What department?
in
Awaiting orders.
what is it?
Awaiting orders.
I don't know what department it is. There's an office
You
building.
applied for your passport at the post office.
Yeah,
Your order.
Is that where you got it?
well, in California. Yeah.
Stay vigilant. Yes, my lord.
California, yeah. We had to go in there, we had to go through this stuff, but it wasn't that hard because we just went in, they took our picture, and the guy who made out the passports gave it down in there and says, well,
Marine squad deployed.
They've got 5 new identities
Wait a minute, where would you go? In California or here?
in California.
And there was an office out there where you'd walk in? Was it an
office
official
at
government?
I don't know.
Denies fate.
I don't know what it
We're gonna
was.
take
All I know is we went in, that guy took our pictures. I don't
these.
remember what the building was, what they were doing in there. I
What
don't
an,
think it was a post office because it didn't look like one.
what an official government building.
No, but the guy had all the right equipment to make out real fake passports.
Well, did anybody, was there any money exchanged?
I believe so, but I never seen it. I mean, I'm sure there was.
So he'd have 5 passports for each one of you then?
The Emperor
Yeah, well, he
protects.
had a bunch of passports, and you know, it was like 5 of us kids, and he took us, and we go there and stuff, and it's like I remember some of the passports, names and stuff, and it's like probably wouldn't do no good because they probably wouldn't be on record anymore.
Securing
I mean,
objective.
this guy made them up. They
You remember some of the names?
Faith and duty.
Position secure.
Michael Kelly,
For you?
We are the
Yeah.
Emperor's chosen.
John Ryan,
Orders received.
Theodore Bayer, even with Alan Bayer's last names.
Okay.
Can't remember the other
Yeah,
one.
we repelled the first attack. Better than we did the last 4 times.
Okay, so you'd go to LA, you'd go over to customs with your fake passport.
You get on a plane to Hawaii, and then from Hawaii
We're
you
gonna,
go to the
we're gonna need to make some power as soon as possible.
And
What's the purpose of this trip?
pick up drugs. Although we didn't know, we get to wherever we were going. They give us
Try to take
packages,
this.
we bring them back. And we got here. It always seemed to our packages never seemed to go with the rest of the people that were coming in for the international. Like our packages never went the right way. Our packages always went in another direction. Because the
And who was there?
customs agent
Who
was always there.
Was the customs agent always there?
There's custom agents who always do that stuff. And it wasn't always Bob Gage. Sometimes another customs agent, he'd sit there and we'd get off the plane and he'd say, we're waiting for you. We'd get your packages already.
The other
ready to
agent
go.
would say that.
The other agents would say that. Some of the other ones.
Yeah.
And just one, or a couple other ones that did too. Every time we went in there, we were
How many customs agents were involved in LA?
maybe just 2 or 3, but there were ones that always came up and had our packages for us. And
Position
I
secure.
thought it was kind of strange when they did the packaging and stuff that ours seemed to go off a different direction.
Didn't you suspect they were
We
drugs?
got him.
I didn't suspect there were drugs until I started seeing it in '85 when I started looking out the door and seeing them talk about nose candy. And I actually
Out the
started
door of the
seeing
I
back.
gotta get these boys some.
'84. I suspected what it was, but
Yes,
I didn't want to get too nosy
Get these
because
boys some rocket launchers.
you know, it's like Chase told me because I asked him one time. I said, "What's in the package?" He said, "Don't get nosy." He says, "You'll disappear if you do." So I never bothered
Why did they bring you along? The witness?
with the drugs.
Yeah.
Well, the reason they brought me along and stuff was because I was a kid. Kids are easier to get stuff past than adults, and it's like because in '85 I looked like I was probably about 12 years old.
Okay.
I could act like a brat, and I could really drive custom agents crazy, and they just let you get out of it. It's
Is
like
that what you did?
I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta go really bad. Where's the bathroom at? It's like custom agent. A lot of times if there's a legitimate one there and stuff, the other one would just take the bag if there's one there. And he'd you know, I'd drive the person crazy, or the other kids that were with us would drive the person so batty that the one agent that was
Where's their?
probably
Oh goddamn! My fucking librarian's not even
on
here.
the up, you know, that was right,
Honest.
was honest and stuff, would get so frustrated that he'd probably overlook something.
And my commander can't see
The
these guys.
other agent would probably grab the bag or push
Fucking
it past,
A.
or you know, you could push it past or something. Or sometimes they just get you out of there.
received.
But you got a variety of kids that it's like you kind of draw attention away from.
I can't see the
what it was,
infiltrated
the
guys.
diversions.
Fuck.
Kind of doing that, or it's like we had one kid that was he pee his pants on call. And,
You give him a word you fee him, huh?
well, no, it's just like when we were going through the customs, I always wondered why this kid always seemed to go to the
I don't have
bathroom.
fucking
Yeah.
power, and these guys are invisible, so we
He said,
can't
"I
even
gotta go to
fucking
the
shoot
bathroom."
them.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Fuck.
Oh, he went, and it's like the customer agent was standing right next to him or something. And it's like the guy was like, oh, no. It's like, well, we gotta get you guys out of here real quick, you know.
Yeah.
We never suspected it.
Who all would be there? How many adults?
Usually just a couple. Sometimes they pose as your
Alright, so if we
parents,
hit 'em with,
sometimes they pose as...
You hear any
Rocket.
women, older
They'll
women,
expose
close to
themselves a little
mother,
bit
father?
sometimes.
Who were these people?
Okay.
You never saw them again after that?
Fuck.
I seen them when we went on the trips, and it's like my one lady I met.
Fuck.
Her name was Thelma. Her name was Teresa. Her name was Jackie. Her name was.
Different names, different trips.
Oh
Yeah,
my
different names,
gosh,
different
these
trips. And,
guys.
so I never bothered asking what her real name was.
Who was she with? Who was the adult?
Alright.
The guy? I don't even know. I mean, it's sometimes different. It's usually the same guy, though. I mean, it's sometimes different, but usually it's the same guy.
Can you draw an artist's conception of those two people?
I have drawn an artist. I got that one picture of her that I showed. Yeah,
Alright, let's try this one.
somewhere in here. Except I know exactly where it's not.
I mean, fuck.
I know where it's not at.
Nah, I'm just gonna keep trying this one. This is, I mean, it's a 5. It's a strength 5.
Actually, it is.
I should be able to get this. Like,
What's the
easily.
artist's conception?
I've beaten
She's
strength
also the one that
13s,
was with,
strength
Yeah.
12s.
Linda, she looks like Linda Benz. When she's there's two
I think
people
the
that
Necrons were a
look like her.
14. I fucking destroyed them.
We're gonna probably
Why
get
are these
better
guys so
pictures.
hard?
Try to zero in on that.
Yeah,
She's young, isn't she? How old is she?
probably in her mid-20s.
She didn't, you don't know where she's from or anything?
Mm-mm.
Would she bring the drugs all the way back to Omaha?
No, they stopped in L.A.
Then who'd bring the drugs from L.A. to Omaha?
We would.
The kids would, huh?
Chase and
I
me.
accept
But she would just travel overseas with
Yes, most beneficent one.
Yeah, I knew her as Linda or Lisa, but she was with this guy
I will do as
in Colorado, which was supposedly her husband, I think.
you. You got an artist's conception of the guy?
Not presently with me. Okay.
You get it?
I get it.
It's pretty.
Scouts reporting for duty.
Okay, we're gonna use these scouts.
Scouts ready.
Go up, attack them. Attack them. Get
You
them.
ready?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it focused back on the chair.
Set that aside. I want to make sure I have a photocopy. The thing that we want to
Get back
photocopy
behind
set
them.
aside over here.
Fuck.
Okay.
Oh, everybody's fucking getting pulled. Stop pulling
How
my
many
guys.
countries did you go to?
The Philippines, I went to Mexico, Canada,
Right.
England, Germany, the Netherlands, lots of times.
You're talking about a lot of heavy-duty runs, aren't you?
Yeah, the Netherlands weren't for drugs, and that was for pornography. Solar pornography. In fact, bringing back probably about a ton of it.
The Space Marines out.
Couple of crates full of
Did you
child
take
pornography.
porno over?
No. We're back with it, and never took it over.
Scouts reporting for duty.
And did you ever see the pornography?
Yeah.
Where would you, who would tell you to go over there and do that?
I was sent over there by people from NAMBLA. I was sent over there by different groups that were wanting chop or kitty porn. And we'd go over there and stuff, and a lot of times we'd bring it back in our.
Fuck, they've almost got my
suitcases
HQ
and stuff.
destroyed.
I mean,
Right,
magazines
I've got to
are
send my
pretty
guys
funny,
up.
though.
This is crazy.
Magazines had nothing picked up, so they never checked our bags. I mean, kids, they never really checked our bag stuff, and then the luggage that went in the compartments, they never checked.
You said you brought back the carton or, the
Well, they
tape?
brought back one time, or actually about 2 times we went. They had these crates, I mean, big wooden crates and stuff, and the person we were
They
with was
fucking
supposed
got
to
it
bring
already.
back.
Wow.
They were supposed to be regular magazines and stuff, which if anybody would open the crate, the first 5 magazines in each stack were just on the top and on the bottom. And there was like 50 to 100 magazines. I think it was like more 100, like 100 magazines each box. But
This is
the first 5
insane.
on each box.
We're gonna have
was
this for
inside
2
the crate.
hours. This one
Were actually
fucking
just
map.
regular magazines from one different thing. So it's like if anybody would have checked the crates, they would have seen normal magazines. Underneath them, they had 30 or 40 different names on the magazines with nothing but kitty porn in it. And I remember having to go through that stuff with NAMBLA and putting them in envelopes And then we didn't mail them from the Nashville office because their mail was really checked a lot. We took the mail, in fact, I brought most of it back here, mailed it right out of Nebraska. They'd give me the postage for it, and they'd have the postage thing on it. And it'd be mailed right out of Nebraska from different locations and stuff, so they wouldn't, post office wouldn't get suspicious or anything out of it. And it's like you're mailing out several, right, close to 50, 60,000 copies of magazines to different guys.
How many trips did you make to the Netherlands? Porno. Yes.
10. Well,
And each time you brought back how much?
each time I brought back, the least I ever brought back was 3 suitcases.
Were they magazines or were they pictures or what?
They were magazines, and then there was also the main thing that we brought back was there was a movie rolls and stuff that come in the roll and stuff that you can't open because if you open them, explosions of light, it ruins them. Well, it was like film on them, and they were just like each one was like a slot, it was like a film piece of magazines, so that they could take them over here and print the magazines over here with them. Instead of bringing back the magazines, they started doing it that way. Like the last
These
because
guys
it's
up.
harder to
Take the
catch
librarian, trigger his stuff.
because they won't open. They won't explode
that on that
light.
guy.
Yeah,
Use that on that
It
guy.
won't ruin it. And you can tell what it is by looking at the real stuff. But they never know what it is. Because you don't fly from the
Needs to go
Netherlands
back.
to the United States, you always fly
Run,
into
run,
the
run,
You
run,
never
run.
get the plane, you never get a flight that says that you came from the Netherlands when you're
That
going
guy.
back to the United States
They're
stuff
running.
with this stuff because they know that the Netherlands has a lot of child pornography and stuff going on over there. So you just stay in
Alright,
in
run
England
back,
overnight.
run back.
You get another plane another plane ticket, and you come in just
job,
straight
guys.
from England.
Good job, guys.
So nobody ever knows you ever went to the Netherlands. When you come over from the customs, it ain't on the flight records or none of that stuff. They don't have it. But you
But
just
your passport had the stamp Netherlands on it.
but you,
Oh, and then you pulled another passport.
that's why they gave us all the passports, and they kept giving us new ones every time we went somewhere.
So when you'd go overseas, you'd have like 5 passports for each trip?
You'd have several different passports. Sometimes you had to remember which ones you used in case you don't need some of the same
How many
customs agents. That can come to be a problem. But it's like when we were going into California, so there's never a problem because they see so many people that if you're going there every couple of months, they'll never realize it. But when you're going to another country and you're going to be going through the same customs, maybe twice in 2 days, and 2 or 3 times in a couple of days, you take a couple back, use the same passport, but you have a couple of them.
I'm trying to take that one.
And never.
Did anybody in Omaha ever ask you to go to the Netherlands to pick up the porno material?
I picked up porno material for Walter Carlson over there, some of his group of stuff, and actually I picked up some. He didn't send no money because he traded it. He sent them some, they sent him some.
But he sent them some porno pictures.
Yeah.
Who were the pictures of?
Myself, a couple of dozen other kids, a couple hundred other kids. And when they arrested me, I got like 10,000 photographs.
When they arrested you?
Walter Carlson and Joe Burke and that whole group, they got like 10,000 photographs.
Of kids from probably overseas, right?
Well, that's just the kids that from here.
Oh, from here?
The film that he got from overseas and stuff, he never kept at his place, and he never kept it at any of the other guys' places. He had another place that kept it at, and I know it's not there any longer, because I'm sure they've gone and went and got it. In fact, I know they have, because I tried to go and find that after I talked to the police in '86 and stuff, because I went and tried to find it, and it all disappeared. And the whole...
You told the police there wasn't, it disappeared, huh?
Well, yeah.
I'm just gonna try to
Well,
build
do you
up. I'm not
figure
gonna
that
poke the bear too much.
That the pictures that were taken here in Omaha ended up in the Netherlands and vice versa?
Yeah, they probably use them over there, and
Can you, if I went to the Netherlands with you now, could you tell me where you delivered it?
I don't know, it depends on if they change the country.
Well, would you be able to go over there and find some pictures?
Would I be able to find them? Yeah. You can probably go to the store and buy some.
Pictures of you
I don't know.
and some of the other kids.
That one might take a little more doing, but I'm sure I could probably.
So if we put you on a plane and sent you over there with, say, somebody like me, we could probably find some pictures of American kids over there. Of course, I'd look too much like a cop. I couldn't do it. But I got some people that could do that.
Yeah.
So I think when we get some money down the road, we ought to consider that.
Yeah.
Don't you think maybe your pictures and the pictures of local kids are probably already gone by now? Or?
Those type of pictures will circulate forever, because even though one pedophile might have seen it a million times, another one might think it's a new picture. I mean, when you're not wearing anything, they can't tell what the styles were, what you were wearing at the time.
Well, are these pictures of babies too? 2, 3-year-old babies?
No, all these pictures were like, I mean, I'm sure they have them. I never was involved with you guys that were like that. Most of the guys I was with, like kids that were like about older than 6, but under 16. I mean, it was about that 10 years.
Were any of your guys involved in kids in under 6? 2, 3, 4-year-old kids? Like preschool kids?
Some sickos from California and some from Minnesota. Those were usually ones that were involved in generational Satanism and stuff that I remember being involved with that stuff.
Okay, and we're in California.
Bakersfield.
Did you identify those people now?
Pretty much so.
And we're in Minnesota.
Was it Jordan? Jordan, Minnesota.
Where they had the trials.
I don't know anything about the trials, but I know I've been told about everything. Everything I've said is checked out, and people have told me just a very little bit about things I've said about being right, and I'm like, very well.
Things you said about what?
About what some people in Minnesota and some people in California.
About the 2, 3, or 4-year-old kids.
Yeah, we look at Minnesota's. I
Huh?
knew some of the kids that were up there with the Bences.
I didn't understand that.
Oh, Bob and Linda Bence.
Oh, were
They
they?
were involved with the Minnesota Jordan. They abused their kids and stuff, and they got their charges dropped and stuff.
You know the names of other individuals in Jordan, Minnesota?
James Rudd, he had a 17-year-old brother. They charged his 17-year-old brother. I remember this because we went up there and stuff. And the thing I got mad about was the fact they charged his 17-year-old brother and his parents and stuff with sexual abuse of children and stuff. And it's like a 17-year-old brother. I thought that was kind of wrong to charge a kid that was like that. He was abused all the time too. He was one of the victims himself.
That's one of the
And then they
problems.
end up dropping the charges against everybody
How about
except for
Bakersfield?
James Rudd.
You know any more people in Jordan, Minnesota?
Yes, my lord.
I know some more, but I have to
Think about it.
think about it.
How about Bakersfield? Do you know any of the names out there?
Faith is our shield.
Oh,
I await your instructions.
yeah, I'm trying to think of the
Initializing build.
Thought about that.
Yeah, I trapped my dreadnought back here.
People that were involved with the Cowboy Days group.
In Bakersfield.
Fucking A.
Involved with the Days group from California.
Did you ever get in any of that 2, 3, 4-year-old sexual abuse down in the LA area?
Fucking A, dude. They're just gonna wreck my guys. There's no fucking way. I gotta pull back.
Well, you stop and start again. It's not making the noise.
Okay.
Okay, we turned the camera on and off because it was making a funny noise, and we're back on. We were just gone for a minute or so. Okay. Any of them down in the LA area? It's with the people that were involved in these 2, 3, 4-year-old kids.
Sure.
You don't remember, or you don't think so?
I'm not sure. I'm just not. I don't remember.
You don't remember. Okay. Let's see anything more on the drug runs and the porno runs? How many drug runs did you make?
Okay.
I don't know.
Today, the enemy
Sometimes I don't know.
How many?
Because
Huh?
I do investigations, like I don't just do drug runs from there, I do drug runs from other places, I'm sure, because we pick up stuff that
who stands with me shall be my brother.
Okay, from what period to what period? Just guess.
from 82 till
Yes, most beneficent
86,
one. Yes, Lord.
probably 100, maybe more.
All over the world, huh?
Usually it's from Philippines or from Mexico or from California.
Did
Mexico
you,
is
where'd you go in Mexico?
I don't remember, but it's the easiest place to get stuff perhaps.
Where did you go in the Philippines? What town?
Usually it was just to,
I shall
I
obey.
don't know, all I know is the airport we flew into. I was in the town that an airport's in, which is
You don't remember what town there?
Mexico. Mexico, I'm sure it was. We went to Mexico City. I remember that. Mexico went to several other places. And in one place we went through the border when we was with Emilio. It was always in Nogales because he was friends with the customs agents that were there. And he had family that lived all over there.
Follow me into battle.
So he had family on both sides of the border as far as I know. And we got in Nogales. And so
That'd be out of Texas, wouldn't it?
Nogales?
Huh?
No, that's out of Arizona.
Was that Arizona? Tucson? Tucson area? Tucson's right near the border.
Yeah, it's close to that. Nogales, Arizona.
Okay, anything more about the drug runs and the porno runs?
Softly and carry a big gun.
Not much need to know.
Okay.
Back to stuff.
I shall not
Check
Alright, we're gonna get back.
and we don't forget about everything else.
No. No, what do you mean?
The rest of us.
No, that's what I'm saying. Let's go back.
Yeah, okay. The next guy is John Phillips, who
Initiate.
lived 2 times. May 77. He was from, I believe, Des Moines, but then I met him on the run in Omaha, so he may be lying about being from Des Moines. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not too many people tell me exactly where he's from. The thing about him is there's a guy that just got killed in a car crash not too long ago named John Phillips. He had been about the right age, but I've never seen a picture of this guy, John Phillips, who was killed in a car crash. He was from Bellevue,
praise the emperor.
Sarpy County, I believe.
My
He was
aim
from
shall not
Where were you killed in the car crash?
up in Omaha area.
How do you know about it?
It was on the news. And when I heard on the news and stuff,
Fuck
the only
was
reason
that
I
shit?
remembered it was because of the guy's name. And I remember when I heard it, I was like,
Alright, get back, get back, get back.
the name sounded
Get
familiar.
back.
I remembered immediately where it was from, but I was wondering if it was the same person or not, so it might just be a coincidence.
Where did that activity take place in Omaha?
Yeah, on the run. That was maybe on the run, but he was the guy that introduced me to Alan Bear in 1977. Or not, 77, yeah. 77, I was at some party stuff before I ever met Bear.
These guys have to get back.
Did anything with him. It was like 70, I think it was 78 when I went to the party with him. This was at above the jail, right next to Sons, because there's a penthouse above it. Well, it used to be, I don't know if it still is now, but I can remember that penthouse perfectly. And I remember it had glass doors all around, it had a zebra skin rug, it had a white piano, it had an ivory tusk on the piano, it had a fake it had a fireplace in it. The bathroom was the only thing that really stood out to me because it was odd. It had little cowboy scenes on the wall. And the whole apartment was fixed up really nice. With $1 million furniture and it looked like. And then the bathroom was little cowboys on the wall. Kind of
Fucking A.
didn't match for me. I mean, I looked at it, it's kind of like, who did the decorating in this place?
Well, why were the little cowboy? What were they doing?
I don't know. I remember, I can remember the bathroom. So I kept going back to it. I kept thinking that was a messed up memory. I thought it was, this can't possibly be a correct memory. And then I remember, like, going back to one room, into the bathroom, and it's like I could never get it fixed, but it's like I just see little cowboy scenes on the wall.
Fuck!
So that was
This is impossible.
something else. And I know confirmed that because they were had in their bathroom. They had been there too. And seen the cowboy seen on the wall. And wallpaper in the bathroom. But stood out just like Colonel Aquino's bathtub stands out because he has the tiger flames on it. Talking about that later.
Yeah, we will. We'll get around that.
And he got into
Huh?
that guy. And got into that stuff. Yeah.
We got a long ways to go.
Next guy on the list is Mark Kilman. I was with him 3 times. He was from Lincoln.
Of the what time?
Huh?
What'd you say? Mark Kilman from where?
Mark Kilman from Lincoln.
Oh, yeah, that's something with the Century Times.
I was with him 3 times.
Oh, with you 3 times, okay.
May have come out at the Century Times. So
Okay.
I'd say 3
Okay.
times.
Okay.
Get tired, I start slowing.
If they're just
And I
sending
met him on the
endless
run in
troops
Omaha.
here.
And I know he was from Lincoln because he came down here several times and went to his house.
There's no way for me to get map
Lives in his
control
own
because
20s.
they're just sitting here with this
Lived with
fucking
his mom
legion.
and daddy. He went to school at UNL.
Oh.
Pretty
Alright, I'll try one other map.
Next guy.
What year was that?
I don't know what the fuck to do here.
1978. 11 years old. Next guy is a guy named Bob Bentor. He was also from Lincoln and good friends with Mark Tillman, and he also went to UNL.
Year.
78.
How many
3
times?
times.
3?
3 times. Whenever Mark or Bob pick me up, they're usually together or something. So.
Where did this activity take place?
In Omaha.
Oh,
They picked me up off the run, and we came down to Lincoln, so some of it took place here in Lincoln too. So.
were in their homes or hotel or what?
Usually it was at Bob's house because he had an apartment. Mark lived with his mom and dad. Actually, his mom because his dad was dead.
Yeah.
And I know he knew Arlen Bear because we talked about it, so he told me to stay away from the guy. So the guy was death.
He said stay away from Alan Bear, huh?
He's also said, he was in his, I don't know if he's in his 20s or his late teens. I mean, he was not an abusive guy. Neither one of them, Mark or Bob, neither one were abusive guys. Generally, for people who abused me, they were the nicer ones. And I don't know if it was really abuse because I was on the run and I was there for a reason.
When you say on the run, that's where
the male prostitutes hang out.
that's where they hang out, like Santa Monica
Teenage
Boulevard in L.A.,
prostitute, yeah.
right? Okay.
And this guy on the list, I knew him as Steve from St. Paul, Minnesota. And I was with him one time. And, I really fell in love with him. Besides being on the run one time, they just put down everybody that abused you. And the time I just started putting down if I remember the name or not. And this guy's a guy named Dave Kruger.
So Steve was in Omaha then?
Yeah, he made a trip to Omaha for some reason. He's from St. Paul. I remember that because I looked at his license. That's also how I knew his name was Steve, but I didn't bother looking at the last name. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But, I was with Dave Kruger one time in 1978. He was from Des Moines. I met him on the road.
Most beneficent one.
How many times?
So, I don't know. I can't see it. I said he's from Des Moines. It's still on the bit. No, I was with a lot of people from Des Moines. Not on the road. This guy was with 3 times. His name was Fowler. I'm trying to remember his first name for a long time. Met him in 1979. I also seen him at party with Arlen Bear, and I met him he was from Omaha. I also met him on the run. First picked me up on the run, and then we went to Arlen Bear's party because he didn't know I even knew Bear. After we met each other at the party, but this guy was with one time that I can remember. The reason I say that is I was on this guy and he drugged me a lot. So I don't know if there was more than once, but his name was Joe Ramos. He was a teacher from Chicago. And I met him on the run, but I also met him in Chicago. He ran a group of kids and stuff for another guy who got busted, who had a big file, had a 50 file, 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 50 f all the guys' names and stuff. Minus, of course, well, actually I haven't heard minus their names enough, but nobody's ever came out with the fact that Alan Zvere's name was in it, Harold Anderson's name was in it.
Infiltrating
Uh,
enemy territory.
In fact,
Where'd this file come from?
it was a file that this guy had kept. He got arrested, not Joe Ramos, because he's never been arrested. He was a teacher. That's how he got most kids for his business, because they prostituted kids out. And he was the one that recruited a lot of kids. He's never been arrested, as far as I know. Never been found out about. But
Why would you make a file of the perpetrators?
well, because it was they were all over the country and stuff, and the reason was is he had on these file cards, he had what type of kids this person liked. And these people would like call him and they would like order kids from their own areas, and these guys would like have kids from, like I was a kid from Omaha and I helped supply them with other kids that were my age and stuff to do things for men here in Omaha. And also in Chicago and New York.
So this guy was Chicago,
Yeah,
and he had pictures of the perpetrators.
No, he had file cards. He didn't. Joe Ramos didn't have them. The other guy had them. The other guy got arrested. They found this file card thing, but of course, the FBI, I believe, is the one that arrested them. So it's like any of the files that they didn't want to become public would have probably disappeared.
Well, who was in the file card?
I know Alan Bear was because I was in this apartment. I had to make calls to some of these guys, and so when I did, I had to set up appointments for some people, and then I had to call the kids. The kids' files were kept in a different place. I mean, the file, they had over 100,000, I'd say probably close to 100,000 file cards
Of perpetrators.
from all over the country.
And
That's also where the mailing list came from, to mail out things for.
when was this arrest made?
Search commencing. Gathering intelligence. Search commencing.
When did the FBI obtain these cards?
I'm not sure. It was in the 80s.
Infiltrating enemy territory.
I'm sure the FBI is the one that got them because they're the ones that were investigating it. They're the ones from
And where was the
Chicago
arrest made?
area.
In Chicago? And who was arrested?
I don't remember what his name was. I can try to remember this guy's name, but I can't. All I know is he had been in prison for molesting kids before that. And I arrested him for doing the same thing to some kids and stuff.
And whose name was on there besides Alan Bear?
Harold Anderson's name was
You
in
know,
there.
you know that Anderson's name was on there?
Yeah.
You what? You see it?
Marine squad deployed.
What other names did you see?
Sid Anderson and
Want to turn that off? It's 11:53, and I have a personal problem. I have to fly back to Los Angeles tomorrow morning first thing, so we will continue
Marine
this
squad deployed.
at some date in the future, not too far distant in the future. Thanks very much.
I would like to ask.
I am ready to serve. Again.
1993, and it's approximately 2 p.m. Paul Bonacci is going to talk to me on tape for the next several hours, I presume. Paul, would you step in here and take your place? Paul, you're doing this on a voluntary basis.
yeah.
Okay. And
Secure.
no threats or promises were made to you
No.
to get to have you talk and to discuss this matter with me.
No.
Before we begin, tell me when you were born,
August 3rd, 1967,
your number,
509.
Move ahead.
and
Mark any enemy
explain to
positions.
me what multiple personality is. Because you've been a multiple one yourself.
Yeah, multiple personality disorder is a disorder that people get when they've suffered traumatic events, usually when they were young children, usually stemming from sexual abuse or satanic ritual abuse. And
Enemy territory.
it's when a person has two or more personalities living within a body and stuff, or usually it's more than that. And they each have their own lives, and they each sometimes they see each other as being, usually they see each other as being a totally different person. Some of them know that they're multiples or that there's other personalities within the same body, but the majority of the personalities do not, and the main personality usually has no awareness of the other personalities at all. Usually he's totally unaware of everything. He just has to live through life with everybody saying, why did you do this yesterday, and you didn't even remember yesterday.
How do you switch from one personality to another? Now, if you were multiple personalities, right?
Yeah.
How many personalities did you have?
Oh. Altogether there were about 120,
Strategic point identified.
121 or so.
Did each personality have a name?
Every personality has a name. Some personalities didn't have names, but they weren't personalities that were very active. Some of them held just a very few minutes of time altogether, and it was just to hold a certain event or a certain traumatic episode in life.
And why do people develop these? You said because of traumatic experience, but why would a traumatic experience cause you to develop another personality?
I haven't figured that out myself, but I think it has something to do with the fact that the main personality is unable to cope with it. It's so traumatic that they have to create a system so that the main personality can go on living without having all the problems, because normal people who get abused and stuff that don't create multiples and stuff usually have a lot of emotional problems, have a lot of physical problems and stuff, whereas a multiple usually, the main personality can usually go through life pretty simply, and nobody really notices it until the person starts getting older or switching behavior is so evident that there's not just one person there, that it's like you're dealing with several different people because they just change.
Does a person who's multiple remain multiple all their lives?
No. The multiple can become integrated. A lot of multiples, I think, go for co-consciousness, which is more like living with the other personalities, but everybody aware of what's going on all the time. That integration means that the personalities are totally gone, that you don't switch off from one personality to another personality, that one personality, usually hopefully it's the main person, all the other personalities integrate with them, and all their memories from all the other personalities go into that one person's memory, and the person learns to live with all of the traumatic events, and learns to live in life and stuff without having to switch off to deal with daily events.
Are you multiple personality today?
Well, they say that I'll be a multiple all of my life, and have the ability to be a multiple and stuff, but I have no other personality, so no, I'm not.
Who says that you will be multiple all your life?
Well, that's what all the psychiatrists try and say, is that once you're multiple personality, you can integrate completely and stuff, but you always have the ability to dissociate into and create a new personality any time that's needed, which I don't know if that's true or not, because there's nothing that, after remembering my past, that anything in the future that could be any more horrible or any worse than what I've already gone through, so I don't feel like there's any need to ever have to switch back into that kind of a mode.
Are you saying that you're integrated now?
Yeah.
How did you become integrated?
That's mainly through the work with Pastor John, and dealing with going through each of the personalities, finding out what caused the personality, and completely going through the personality, talking to it in my own, usually it was in my room and stuff, and convincing his personality and stuff that he can live better if he's living with the rest of us. And in the integration process and stuff, the personality, usually I can see it inside my head, because inside you have a visual of everybody, it's the other personalities and stuff, and they grow up and they kind of just merge with you, and all of the memories come with them and stuff. There's no longer any need to have that personality, because you already know everything that the personality knows from you talking with them.
So when we talk in the next couple of days, as you remember things that happened in the past, is this going to be your integrated personality? How do I know that you're not going to go back into one of your other personalities and forget something?
Because there's no other personalities to come out or talk to. There's no other personalities you can, like I can step into. And if I forget something, it's mainly because I just don't remember it at the time or something. Sometimes somebody will say something and I'll remember it later. Because after integrating with all the personalities, I have all the information they have, Whereas before, the personalities could just come out and tell you like that. Now I have to think about like a normal person, which is a little bit longer, but I still have a little bit better than other people because I know how to, I filed all the memory and stuff, and I can just kind of switch into that type of this is like a file in my head and stuff. I can just kind of switch back and stuff and try and go into that activity or that event and pick out what it is that I'm looking for.
Now, you said that Reverend Morrow worked with you on your different personalities. Did you go one by one and identify each personality and then discuss that personality with him in order to become integrated?
Some of the personalities, ones that were more what I'd call the living alters, which is ones I call them living alters because they were the ones that were living daily lives. I mean, they would like get up in the morning. One would, you know, go to school or whatever it was. They're the ones that ran the day. And most of my life, I was out between like 2 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That was my normal time for me as Paul to be out. And so it's like they were, you know, we had to go through each one of them and talk to them. A lot of times they came out and talked to them, even though I don't think Pastor John knew. A lot of times he just talked to some of their personalities. Sometimes I know he did. But yeah, I had to go through each one of them and discuss what created them in the first place. And main thing was I had to let them know that I cared about them and that I didn't hold any anger, you know, toward them or anything for anything that they had done. And because a lot of them thought that I'd be angry with them when they found out everything that was going on and stuff. And so I had to deal with that. And main thing was I think the ability that I wanted to be integrated because I didn't want to go on living a life when I didn't even know what was going on. It's like everything kept switching on me. It's like people would tell me something to do one day and a week later I was ready to go do it and they're like, well, we told you to do that last week. And I was like, no, I don't remember. You know, it's like, that was just this morning, wasn't it? No, it's last week. It's like, okay, you know, I thought they were going crazy or something when actually it was me that was not really crazy but just switching because it's not psychotic. I wasn't psychotic. I didn't, you know, it's not like I went out and did things that, you know, like an abnormal person would do.
So, you feel that now, as an integrated person, you have full knowledge of all that occurred with all your personalities, and you can act as one individual.
Yeah.
Paul Bonacci.
Yeah.
And without any difficulty. So as I ask you questions in the next several days, and we're going to be together for several days, and as you answer these questions, this is Paul Bonacci answering them, but in the old times, it would have been one of your other personalities. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, in the past it would have had to been some of the others because, like when I first started getting interviewed by Derek Caradori and the Omaha police, the other personalities had to come out because I had no knowledge of any of this stuff at all. I mean, like the police when they said that Paul Bonacci, you know, said that nothing happened, they were probably correct because they probably actually in fact, I know they got me out one time and stuff after one of the personalities had talked to him and stuff, and then.
What do you mean they got you out?
They got me as Paul out
Okay.
during the middle of one of their interviews about some of these people that had abused me and stuff. And the way they got me out and stuff was they kind of scared the other personalities, and I'm usually the one that's kind of the protector of everybody. Because you know, even though I didn't know at the time that these were other personalities, I thought these were their other friends and stuff that I was protecting and stuff. I came out and the cops were sitting there saying, you know, telling me to take back stuff. You know, this didn't really happen, did it? I mean,
that's the way they interviewed you?
Yeah, that's the way they interviewed me. It's like when
Who interviewed you that way?
Detective, or Sergeant Hope.
With
Detective Hope.
With what department?
OPD. Omaha Public.
Have you ever been interviewed by the FBI?
No.
Never.
I've never met anybody from the FBI.
Never met him, or you never interviewed by them?
I never met him. Never even seen an FBI agent.
Okay. Okay, go ahead. Finish explaining.
But it's like with, you know, when they got me to recant or take stuff back and with the police and stuff, all they'd have to do is apply a little pressure and stuff, which they knew I was an MPD at the time they were interviewing me. And the first thing they should have known that with an MPD you do not apply pressure because that just causes another personality to come out. But, well, basically, you pressure all the personalities enough And you'll finally get a personality that will admit that they either lied or don't, that either a personality that doesn't know anything about it and will say, yeah, you know. So basically they were, with a multiple, they were in good hands because it's like, all they have to do is apply a little pressure, and you got perfect recanter because he's, you know, already the traumatic events and painful events, or even anything that even begins to be abusive, the other personalities just flee, they run. If they can't handle it, they run. And so that's why they...
Did anybody else work with you besides Reverend Morrow? In your integrating your personality?
No.
Sounds to me like you did a great job.
Well, he did, and well, God did a lot of the work. I mean, because I had to go back to myself. Most of the integration happened when I was on my own and stuff, and I'd go through them and talk to personalities, and they'd be ready to integrate, and they'd integrate, and it was fine. And
So you, through strength, your own strength and your own faith.
well, it wasn't my faith. Faith that God gave me, because my own strength, I'd have quit. He gave me a strength that I made it with.
I'm going to show you some pictures right now, and I don't have any group pictures to show with you, but this is a picture of a man and a child, and I'll hold these up one at a time to the camera. Right there. There's that one, and this one. And I want you to tell me if you recognize that person, that man.
I've seen the same guy, right?
Yeah, same one.
It's like this one's harder to swallow. It looks real familiar, but...
Think about it in your travels, where you might have run into him.
I'm not quite sure right now.
But do you think you've seen him before?
Yeah. First, he reminded me again of Jerry Lowell from California, but I didn't know where I remember this guy from. And I was trying to remember what Jerry Lowell was similar to that, but not quite that big.
Mm-hmm.
I never was. I don't think Jerry Lowell would be around any women or anything like that.
Who's Jerry Lowell?
He's a... All I remember is that he worked for some government office out in California. And he did some work for Alan Bear with some of his houses and stuff like that.
Was he a government agent?
No, he was, I don't remember what he did. He used to be like a runner. He used to run information back and forth.
I'm going to show you some artist conceptions, and I want you to tell me if you've seen these people. I'll hold these up for the camera. That's one. And here's another one. Now I'm going to cover the writing on these. I just want you to look at the pictures. I mean the conceptions only, okay? And so you won't have any. I don't want to prejudice your mind in any way whatsoever. And this is what. Let me put another piece of paper out there. This is what Mr. Bonacci will be looking at right here only. on this piece of paper.
Yes, the picture paper.
And then this is the only thing I'll be looking at on this one. Anybody that you've ever seen before? Look familiar at all?
Seen a lot of people look like. A lot of them. Nothing that I can really.
Nothing you can recognize.
No.
Okay.
Here to serve.
Now let's look. We're going to do something here. You through with those?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's look at something else here. Pull this up for the camera. This is another picture I'm going to show him. This is all that he'll see. He won't see any writing there.
This guy. Someone looks like him.
Yes, Lord.
Take your time.
I exist to serve. Yes, Lord.
The Emperor protects.
Same person as this.
He doesn't have a beard and mustache.
Hmm?
Doesn't have a beard and mustache. Seen him out on the West Coast.
For the benefit of people who are watching this video, this picture that I just showed you, the last picture, is the same person as the individual in these two pictures. The man in these two pictures.
Seen him on the West Coast. I'm not sure if it's California or Nevada though. I was out during a couple of trips that we took out there
Out there?
to Nevada and California.
Okay, do you want to think about that? Instead of us continuing,
Yeah, think about it.
let's think about it and we'll come back to it, okay?
Okay.
Now, the next series of questions I was going to ask you had to deal with this man that you think you've seen before, but rather than continue, I will not ask any more questions about that case, but I do want to show you this picture, and I'm going to show this to the camera,
Await your instructions.
and see if you remember this
I
individual,
exist to serve.
if you know him. You don't know him.
Nothing.
Okay. It's not one that you need to think about even. You've never seen that man before. Okay.
Nothing.
Let's go back to, we're going to come back to this. Going to give you time to think about it and come back to it. Okay, later on. If we don't do it today, we'll do it tomorrow or the next day. But think about that in the meantime. If you want to look at his picture between now and then some more, I'll let you just take these two pictures and take them. I don't want to give you the other because it has writing on it, and I don't want to make it appear that I'm giving you information, leading information.
Yeah.
The newspaper article. take that and think about it. Going back to multiple personality, I've been told that there's trigger words that can be used on MPDs. Can you tell me about that?
Well, they used to have a lot of trigger words. I think that's some of that in there.
You have it there? Pull it up. Let's discuss it right now while we're talking about it.
Kernel. No, that's not it. I know that's not it. It's at the bottom.
It always is, isn't it?
Not quite at the bottom. Listen now. But this is a list on the class A, B, C, D, E, and F alters.
What is that now?
It's something I made on myself about the different personalities. It explains what class they were in. These are like the ones I was talking about, that were living personality, the class A alters. And, like, there's different groups, personality stuff, and there's certain ways to get to each group. Yeah, there's a thing to get to. But, like, in order to get certain personalities, you'd have to say a code. That's usually
In order to get a certain personality? Do these people, we're talking about these people, who are we talking about? Somebody that would say trigger you.
People from the FBI, people from the CIA, the controllers of the...
But you said you've never seen the FBI agent before.
Well, I've seen them, but I'm talking, when I said I hadn't seen them, I mean, none have come to interview me.
Oh, I see, okay.
I mean, I've met lots of FBI agents, but I just have never had any ever
Come interview you.
me.
Okay.
That's what I meant by that. I didn't mean that I've never met you.
Yeah, okay.
Met a lot of them. But, it's like with most personalities under, what did these Dustin,
That is, okay.
Zach, Ryan, and Bradley, which were all military type of personalities.
Okay, I'm gonna hold this up. Okay, you got it there?
Yeah, I got a better one in here.
Okay, let's get your best one
But,
there. Okay. Just hold that up and explain.
but it's like it's...
Okay, in the top it says Paul Bonacci, and it says Dustin here, and it says Zach, Ryan, and Bradley, is it?
Yeah, Bradley. Those were the ones that were in control of the ones that were under him, which was Carl. It's pretty much like a military operation. You got the leaders, and then you got you got your company commander, your platoon sergeant, your platoon...
This is all wrapped up in you, one person, you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's not leave this. Let's explain this
Put it
further.
over here.
Yeah.
But
Well, now,
the purpose for it is that each personality that was created for them, each one was just taught a little bit of, how to do something, because they didn't want one personality to know too much. Like, one knows how to, like, maybe develop film, for spying stuff. One might know how to develop color film, which they did, but one might know how to fly an airplane. One might know how to fly a helicopter. But none of them ever learned more than one operation.
you're talking about each personality.
Each personality, that made them separate, so that, like, if they ever got captured, if they were spying or something, the personality that would usually get captured would be one of these lower ones here and stuff that wouldn't know anything. All they'd know is basically their name, if they were in the military, their name, rank, and serial number, which in my case, all they'd know is their name, date of birth, and home telephone number or something. I don't even know my home
Okay,
telephone.
let me explain this. At the top it says Paul Bonacci. What's this W off to the side, pointing down to Dustin?
That's, means that, well, I'll get a bigger chart that shows it somewhere. Here we go.
Scouts reporting for duty. Scouts ready.
Let's see. Dustin, this chart was right over here somewhere. Has to be over here somewhere. It's usually shared with another personality. You have to go through, like, to get to Dustin, which Dustin is right here. In order to get to Dustin's group, you have to go through Me, you have to go
Strategic point
through
identified.
this group here and this group here. It's like you have to go through all the personalities just to get to his group. His group is so far down. It's so far.
Okay, so this is the big chart here, right?
Yeah. It's got
This is the big
doesn't have all
chart.
the personalities, but it has.
This has got all your personalities on it?
No, it just has the main.
The main personalities.
All the circles mean that there's groups
Okay.
inside of each one of them.
Once you get up on the other side of the
Scouts
camera
advance.
and take us through this chart, while I'm holding it up to the camera.
Okay.
Rotate out.
First of all, go look at the camera and see if I'm getting the whole page.
Getting into position.
Yeah, I could always take it off and bring it up there.
Okay, what do you got there? I mean, no,
I got
you got the whole page?
yeah, I got the whole page. Let me zoom in real
2
quick.
pages?
Yeah, I got both pages.
Okay, come on up here and explain it, man. I'll hold it.
Hang on, let me get this. See Paul Bonacci. Okay.
Shit.
Commencing infiltration.
Okay, now I can come up here and explain it.
Okay, then once you stand over here, it's easier, I think. You can
Okay.
see it easier.
This is
We'll go through step by step, starting with Paul Bonacci here and Paul Bonacci. Why is Paul Bonacci on this page and why is he on this page?
well, these are actually 2 charts I made. Each one of them represents. This guy's Christian Bonacci over here. He's one of the main controllers. He's also over here. He's in control of 33 personalities. Zacharias Knight's in control of 21 lower personalities. Mark's in control of 21. And it took Christian and Zach, and they came together and they agreed and they made Christian. They made another personality that the 2 of them had to agree on to let him out. Whereas before, like Christian, anyone that was under him, he could agree on himself to let any one of them out. But on these ones, they were like trying to create, both of them had to do it, and then on Mark Anderson and Zach created Dane, so both of them had to agree when they let him out, and to let his personalities out.
No, under here, Kristen has 8 and Dane has 7 personalities under him.
Yeah, under them. And it's like under Todd here. Todd was he was split from a different thing. He came off the main core line from me, just like Christian actually did.
Mhm.
But I put them down lower since these 3 are together. But Todd has 10 personalities under him, and Micah has 18 under him. But over here, when we get to this group,
What's
I was
W?
separated. The W means that you have to go through one of these.
Oh, you have to go through one of these personalities to get to
Yeah,
W?
I gotta. Let's see. I think I got one. But, maybe I don't have one in here, but oh well. Thought I had a chart that said what the W stood for because it's kind of hard to remember everything. You know, and I know what it means. That's why it's got the block there.
Mhm.
That means I can't go. Oh, that's Wesley.
I stand
He's the only way that you can get to these guys.
Okay.
Wesley is a personality that I never knew about until just before I got out of prison. He would be the one that would decipher when people would go to get information to me and stuff. If it was something he didn't want me to have, he would block them. He'd get in front of them. It's like when I was in my building, I had a building inside my head, which I seen. I could walk through the halls and stuff. And there was an office I never knew what was in there. It was Wesley's office. Before my door. There's Wesley's room, my room, and there's like an invisible shield. Whenever one of the personalities was trying to give me information that he didn't want him to have, he was like the all-seeing eye. He was like, oh, he knew everything that was going on with every personality. And he'd stop them right before they could leave. They couldn't get to my place because he'd have that invisible filled up and they'd run into it.
When you're in prison.
And they'd have to go in there. Well, no, it was any time in
Okay.
the past. But when I was trying to get information inside there, he was the one that blocked everything or twisted stuff up. They'd have to go in there and check it with him. Then they'd have to come out and go to me and stuff. And sometimes he'd take the information and he'd twist it all around. And the personality would try and tell me stuff and there'd be a block. He was like a wall that blocked stuff. And there was no way to go to these personalities without going through him directly. That's why it's brought the broken line. It means indirectly I had to go through him even though I didn't know it. But I could go to these ones down here without that because I'd go straight to him. These guys I could go straight to. These ones were a little bit more difficult because I had to go through these and him. But I could go directly to him if I needed to. These ones down here I had to go through him first.
Okay, this is Dustin here.
Dustin was like in control of military, all of the military personalities. He was in control of all of them.
And these are all military personalities down
All
here?
these ones over in here. These ones over here dealt with Satanism and
Okay, let's stay on the military and then come across. We got Alex, Zach, Sean, Ryan, Brent, Bradley, and Carl.
Yeah.
Carl's got 21, Bradley's got 6. These others
Each
just
one's-
have circles, they don't have any.
They have personalities under them, but those are all on their list that I have.
They're on another list, huh?
Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't figure it out
So,
because they
so
have so many that I just.
in order to, if someone had to deal with your military background, they would have to go through
Well, in the past, I would have had to go through Wesley.
Wesley to
Then after the
Dustin,
and Dustin.
and then Dustin would have to let him in there, a combination of
Yeah.
both of them.
In order to get any of the information that they'd all know, you'd have to get Wesley and Dustin together because Dustin takes orders only from Wesley,
Mhm.
which means that he can't tell you anything unless he's got orders from above to tell you anything. These guys down here can't tell you anything unless Dustin says it's okay. And anybody in his group has to go through Carl. Carl has to go through Bradley. Bradley has to go through these two, and these two. You know, it's like
So
the
you-
military. Whenever it's like passing the buck upward.
Yeah, and
Everything
then
goes
this is
down.
your satanic information, right?
That's the ones that dealt with satanic stuff. This one dealt with. Kelly had like 50-some personalities that all dealt with being locked up in different situations, like in prison, being stuck in a box, being, you know, tied up and stuck somewhere. He dealt with all the kind of.
There's
Yeah.
Wesley here again.
Wesley there used to be called confusion, and this used to be death. He
Life,
dealt with all the death.
life,
He
it says
changed his
life.
name. He changed his name after.
From death to life.
Yeah, when they started before they integrated stuff, they didn't want anything to do with the Satanists anymore, so they all changed their name, and he changed his name to Wesley. I don't know why,
But the top of here for the
but
satanic.
his name is West Lee, not Wesley. It's
Okay,
Wesley.
West Lee.
Yeah.
And this is Paul J. Bonacci, and then we have Wesley, not West Lee.
Yeah.
And life, which is actually death. And
Paul
Kelly.
Jr. used to be, I forgot what his name was even. He changed it though because he didn't like.
Mhm.
Because his name was he had a satanic name actually.
Military, satanic, what's this?
They dealt with kind of, I'm not sure. I mean, I've tried to deal with their personality, their memories and stuff, and they really weren't really bad. They were mainly dealing with in-between stuff. I mean, it was like nothing that was too abusive and stuff, but they just kind of came out. They had bits and pieces of information to give, but mainly they were like, well, actually, these two here all had computers. They were like the computer personalities. They stored all the information. They made everything on like microfilm and stuff inside my head. They made it so that when people asked me details and stuff, that I knew exactly what was going on or what, you know, why when I took trips to places and stuff, I could tell them, you know, every town we went through on the way to Colorado or something. And that was because we used to play a game and we used to do the alphabet. Me and Mike didn't picked it up, but they're the ones that stored.
You and Mike.
They stored all the signs inside.
Mike is who?
He was, he ain't another personality. He was another kid that was with us.
Oh, another kid? Okay. All right. What's this group here?
They dealt with almost all the. They dealt with a little like Dungeons and Dragons, but they were all sexually abused personality and stuff. So they were the ones that were first created, and they were purposely created.
The fallen shall be forever
They weren't
as the ever-
natural. These ones were created by the same group of military that used a lot of Satanism in the military personalities because Satanism caused a lot of personalities. They could use it like sacrifice and stuff because it would cause, you know, altars and stuff. They would use, sometimes they'd even have fake sacrifices. They'd, you know, make you think that they killed somebody. They'd even take take a body or something, but they'd let the kids see exactly where they buried the things or the people at that they supposedly kill and stuff. And even if they do kill a person, they'll bury the person right in front of the kids, and when the kids leave, they dig the body up, and they'll incinerate it or cremate it. And the kid, you know, if he ever goes forward and says, well, I know where the bodies are at, he's going to take them exactly where the body was at. They're going to dig around and not find anything, and they're going to say, well, the kids are incredible because, you know, he doesn't know anything.
Right.
That's just
What are these over here?
These are. That's actually a chart just of Christians, and this guy's personalities. Those are the 33 personalities.
Oh, so
I didn't get
this chart just fits under this one.
Yeah,
That's the
but that's
30.
mainly because the very reason I got these ones out is this one's right here
The battlefield awaits.
had the personalities that were running my life mostly. I mean, they go with the class, like I was saying, Class A altars. The majority of the Class A altars is like 20 Class A altars. And almost every one of them is on that list there. That means that all these personalities were the ones that were running my day-to-day life. They're the ones
But
that
they're
were
actually
running
over
everything.
here. On the big chart, they're over
They're
here.
over here, but this guy here had the most of them. I mean, he had Mikey, which is on there, Alexander, Mike Bonacci, Michael Bonacci, Drew, Nicholas, Joshua. Top 9 are all under him. They were
Run your
running.
day-to-day life.
They were running because they're the ones that had most of the activity. Even a lot of the activity that took place, they knew about.
So this chart here is the master chart.
Yeah, that's the master chart.
That's the master chart. Okay.
I can see.
Now let's go. And you show me Christopher's, which is 33
Christian.
personnel. Christian. You get that one out. Let's run by that one again. That's right here.
It's right there.
Okay. Now you show me Christians, and these here are the personalities that fall under this one category
Yeah.
right there. Okay. Now let's go through one at a time and throw them on the chart,
Okay. This is Zacharias, the next guy,
which is right here.
right here in the middle.
Okay.
And he had, I think it says 21 personalities on there.
He has 21 personality. Are there 21 names on here?
Yeah, there's 21 names on it.
Okay. So this is off the master chart is right there. Okay. Continue.
And yeah, Mark Anderson. It was created because of Harold Anderson.
Okay. Where's Mark Anderson?
He's right here.
Mark Anderson's right here, and this falls under that category. Now you said something just now that's kind of interesting.
Yeah,
He was
got-
created because of Harold Anderson.
His last name came because of Harold Anderson. He was created before we got abused by Harold Anderson, but he never had a last name, so he picked up the name Anderson because, I don't know why, but then because he was the main one that dealt with Harold Anderson.
Okay. Tell me about your relationship with Harold Anderson.
Well, I was involved with him about 6 times, or not 6 times, about 10 times, sexually, and he was kind of sadistic, like to tie people up and burn with cigarettes and stuff like that.
Did he tie you up and burn you with cigarettes?
Yeah, me and some other kids.
How old were you at the time?
I started in about 78. I think it was close to 78. It was 1978. And so I've been about 11.
Okay, let's continue with some of these other characters.
Okay, and then we got Christian. This guy down here.
K-R-I-S.
Had to go through these
We
two.
got something big up here.
Christian.
Okay, here's Kristen right there.
Yeah. And he's got 8 personalities under him. And most of his were all still little kids.
Right
When I got
here. This is
arrested.
right here.
There was one of the personalities in his group that was partially responsible for me going to prison. For what happened in 1985.
Why was that?
Well, one of the personalities that was
Oh, I see.
out was like 6 years old and was with a cousin of mine that was talking about some stuff and touched him. And then one of the other personalities came out, Christian came out and went on the telephone pole and stuff. Because he knew that was wrong and stuff. And that's now 17, and they said it happened in 87, so they could charge him with it.
Yeah, okay. Let's go to another one then.
And this is Dane. A lot of his personalities.
This is what now? Which one? Where is he on this chart?
Dane's right there.
Oh, Dane. This is Dane. Okay.
Yeah.
But
all
it doesn't
his
say Dane. It says Paul and.
Zacharias and Mark was created.
Oh, here's Dane right there. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you
Yeah.
get to him. You have to go through these two. I had to go through these two. And
You
then
get to
I had
Dane,
to
and
get
there's
to him.
Dane down here with 7 personalities.
Yeah. Most of his had the name Daniels or Knight.
Okay.
So
Okay. Next,
we got Micah. Micah's over here.
Mike is has 18 personalities.
Yeah. They were kind of ones that kind of, I don't know what you'd say. They weren't really, I don't know if they were really computers or if they were just kind of, they seemed to be able to put stuff together easy. I mean, you got Alan Bear's last name on here.
Oh shit, they come up behind
Why
me and
Barrett's
fucking
last
flanked
name?
my ass.
Well, that's how they were created because of him. They were
Because of
created
the
to
experience you
store.
had with Bear.
They were created to store information about him and stuff like that.
Yeah, in other words, an experience you had with Bear, or a series of experiences.
Yeah.
Okay. Next.
Todd. He's next to Mike.
Okay, he's right here.
Everything's pretty much in order.
Good. Okay.
Uh,
And tell me about Todd. He had 10 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're right. You're right on target.
Yeah. But most of his, a lot of them have the person that abused him's last name, like Wise, William, there's a Bonacci, Carl. Anybody who had a different name than Michaels or Bonacci or something like that, I put the name down.
I can have a copy of all these.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
And, let's see. Next
We're moving over this way.
It's a full Dustin's out of it. Dustin. Okay, this is getting into Paul Jr.'s personalities. He has 36 personalities.
Okay, where are we?
And
Paul Jr. is... Yeah, Paul Jr. is right here on the chart, and that had to do with your satanic activity.
yeah, you notice 6 groups of 6. Each group has exactly 6 in it.
Okay, would you explain that? There's 6 groups with 6 people in it.
Each group is a different age. All these ones are under like baby personalities. They were created during the times that either infants were sacrificed or was like an Alec. Alec was created because there was a kid that was sacrificed who was named Alec, and they prayed the spirit into me, and it became.
They what? Prayed the spirit into you?
into me.
Okay.
I was only about 30 years old at the time, and that's how I got that personality. Alec leading was all like that. I have a file on all of these. I'll give you.
On each one of those.
It tells you what each group stood for, but this is like the oldest group and stuff they dealt with. Like some of them were
Okay,
like
what group?
magicians.
This is when you were 3 years
The
old.
infants. These ones are like 5, up to about 5 years old. These
Okay.
ones are like when they go over. But each group also dealt with just one type of activity. Like I think they dealt with like magicians and stuff. They're like the
Okay, let's keep going. What was this group?
magical power. So I'm trying to remember what that group was. And there was
Age-
one group.
age
This
what?
one here dealt with like human, like not really human sacrifice. They dealt with like the Knights of the Round Table and stuff like that. I mean, they had their own castle. They had their own running their own show and stuff.
These
like
were
that.
adults.
These were the oldest ones. Yeah, they weren't really adults. They're like up to 16, I think.
What's this group here?
Damien and Ananiah, they dealt with, I'm trying to remember exactly. I have a list somewhere, but I've got no clue yet on what they dealt with. They split. Not exactly it, but they dealt mainly with a certain thing. Like some dealt with babies who were sacrificed, some dealt with, these ones were abusive to other kids. They were forced to beat up on other kids and stuff like that.
This group here.
Yeah.
That's 5, 6 years old.
Yeah, they were like the brats. They were like created
Okay.
to
You don't remember
beat
this
up
group?
people. Shanta, I think they were created for having, I think it was either this group or this group. It was created to have sex with other kids that were their age and stuff.
Okay.
They were created for that purpose.
What age group was that?
That'd be under 10.
Okay.
And they were created, if there's this group or this group that was created as magicians. That was their whole purpose, was magicians. And some dealt with all chants. One remembered all the chants and stuff, and all of the spells and stuff like that. That's
Can
what
you
one-
do that for me? Give me chants and spells? Can you
not
remember that?
now,
No, not right now,
Yeah.
but can you?
but yeah, I can do.
Huh?
I can do that. I can put them down on paper.
Okay.
I'll tell you.
And did you put them on paper yet?
No. Not really, I don't. And then I didn't make charts
Wait,
for
wait a
these
minute, we
groups.
haven't finished these groups here.
Okay.
This is a magician. We had an interruption and had to cut the tape because the battery ran out. So we will continue with the interview at this time. Come on around, Paul. We were
Well, I'm actually standing
we
up.
were here before, I believe. Huh?
Yeah, I was standing up.
You were standing up, right? And I think I was explaining, or I was mentioning that we hadn't
Nice.
covered these two
Get 'em.
interviews here,
Got
and these
the
two
space.
groups.
Yeah.
All right.
And now, when on the break, when we were recharging the battery, you came up with some more paper, so
Yeah, I found the charts that go
Alright,
with
we'll, on
it.
the chart you go with this, right?
Yeah.
Further detail is. So, do you want to explain these then, and then go into those charts?
Okay,
All Alright, that was insane.
This group here, which has
Okay,
Damien,
they broke through the
Ananiah,
spot.
Druid, Case, David, and Peter, they all dealt with, we were in charge of
Broke
just
through
doing the
there.
chance
Fuck.
and doing animal
Oh
sacrifices.
damn!
So that's
They're destroying my
what
own
their whole purpose
strategic
was
post.
for, to deal
Fuck!
with animal sacrifices from 80 to 84. They were out and they were in charge of doing the chants, so they remember all the
Alright,
chants that they
I
did.
gotta get down here and destroy these guys.
This last
Fuck.
group was the one that handled eating flesh and drinking
I'm
blood.
gonna get out as many scouts as I
Like the
can.
same time period as from 88 to 84 and stuff. And that was their whole thing, was doing that, plus they also were
gosh.
the highest level of the
Reporting for duty.
satanic altars. So they were the oldest ones.
You want to go back, since you found your notes, and
Yeah.
go through each of these other groups then?
Well, like I said, Alex, this one represents babies that were killed or
Everybody's
wish
coming
they were the
down.
babies that were
Oh,
killed.
might be too late.
And that went from 1970 to 1984. That's when they were all created. It was in that 14-year time span. This group here was the ones that were forced to have sex with children that were under 6 years old because they were themselves under 6. These are baby altars, even
Shit.
under 6. The next group was all under 10. And they were forced to hurt other kids to gain higher levels in heaven. And
Damn, they
this
took
group
out my
here was all
fucking
the,
orbital. Shit.
as I said before, they were the ones that were into witchcraft and doing the chants and then
Get
black
the
magic and
librarian
stuff.
out so I can detect
And they
these
were
infiltrated
like 10 to
guys.
14.
You said these did the chance also,
Yeah,
and
they
the
did the
animal
chants.
sacrifice.
All they did was black magic. They
This
were
group here,
magicians. They were magicians and
this group here.
witches. Yeah.
This one did the animal sacrifice.
So they did the animal sacrifice and the chants because
Okay.
they're separated.
You mentioned that these people did chants also,
They did the chants for the
black
for their
magic.
black magic. That's all they had. They had all the chants that were involved with magic and Satan and stuff. So that's where that's.
Okay, now you have a chart for that?
Yeah.
Let's hold that up. I don't think you can see it though. These are notes that you made earlier.
Yeah. These are notes I made earlier and
They're in pencil also, which is wrong.
Predator.
What's this here?
trying to
Oh, this is what they each did.
hold them straight again. I think I can,
Gotta take out these
Let me
tanks.
turn
man.
them sideways first.
yeah.
Shit.
Okay, there they are.
Pencil part I can't see, but
Yeah.
that I can get most
Well,
of
we'll
it in.
clarify this. These notes here are in pencil, and they explain each group, these pencil
So I
parts.
got a perfect photo on each one of them right now, and I'm going across the page. Okay. Now you can turn it sideways and see if I can see the lettering. See if I can
Damn.
focus in on it. Just hold it steady. Yeah, I got a perfect one.
I made that push, but I wasn't keeping track of my base back here. Shit. My whirlwind's gone. Alright, let's get that predator
I'm
out
so glad this thing has
fast.
autofocus
Come
on it.
I don't think I have any more guys left. Shit. This broke my vehicle base, so I've got nobody left except for the librarian.
Okay, now to go down with it.
Yeah, that's done. Shit, man. Well, it was a good run. It was a good try. Damn.
Okay,
Okay,
move the paper so I can see.
sideways.
Well, with all together
it's
so I
12.
can
I
see the
better
chair
go
so I
to
can
bed.
focus it on the chair again.
Damn, we didn't have one victory against the Tau.
I just
Remove
pull it
Fuck
down.
these guys.
That way I can,
'Cause we still have to go back to the chart.
Why are the Tau so difficult?
this can look real fun on the tape.
I've had no problems, like,
this
until the
thing?
last two
Huh?
Oh, is there?
playthroughs.
All the movement. But it'll
The
look okay.
Necrots have been impossible, the Tau have been
I know that.
impossible.
Okay, now you're back. We've got this
I
one
don't have a
covered.
camera.
Now we need to go to,
I don't know how the
Then you get
fuck
one
I'm supposed to do
Dustin,
this.
which is down.
yeah, here's Dustin.
Dustin.
Dustin's here.
Oh well.
Mm,
On the
this is-
master chart, and here he is. This goes right in there.
Well, this goes into Carl's.
Just exit the windows.
Okay, so,
Dustin right here.
huh? This is the next one we should have?
That should be the next one, because that goes, it tells who his people are. Okay, Alex and
Zach.
Zach, they, and I also have more notes on them, so I can look them up real quick and tell you what everything is. It's so much better when I had everything in my head. But Zach's group was mainly made up of like a computer system in my head. They were like, all the personalities in them held specific things for containing all the information. They had hypnotic suggestions and stuff. Some of them weren't real personalities. They were just kind of hypnotic ones. That's the ones under Zach. Ones under Alec, they're not personalities. They're simple, you know. They're just kind of a file system to hold memories of all the other alters and stuff and keep everything from being united into one personality. They try to keep everything from being put into one personality. Alex is he's the controller of that network. And then after him you go into Sean and Ryan, and Sean and Ryan's total purpose was
Sean, here's Ryan on the master chart.
yeah, Sean and Ryan down here on the master chart, and they're also up here. Sean had a lot of personality and stuff. They were a lot of them were hypnotic suggestions. They had really no memories and stuff. They just gave names to. I gave them names to simplify and stuff. A lot of them they held like learning how to drive a tank, or.
Well, did you actually know how to drive a tank?
Mm-hmm.
Who taught you that?
That was part of the military training with Monarch.
Okay.
So.
We'll go into that later.
Yeah, and then we got Ryan, and he had abilities too, and they were mostly intelligent and sabotage and learning how to spy on other people and other places, and that was their whole purpose for being created. And then the lost personality, as I call him, is Kelly. But
Kelly's not on here.
Well, Kelly's down here.
Oh, he's over here.
Okay.
You're going back to the satanic.
Yeah, I got the chart in the wrong place. I thought it was the lost guy that I had lost a long time ago. I looked at the wrong name when I was trying to read it. That happens every once in a while. On this one here, I should explain. Paul Jr.'s name used to be Demaya. He changed it. He didn't like it because it was a satanic name, and he wanted nothing more to do with that stuff, so. I'm getting all the. Then we got Bradley, who's down here.
What did you have any more on Kelly?
On Kelly, his personalities were just ones that were locked up all the time.
Oh, they're locked up in behind doors and closets.
Locked up, closets, prisons, stuff like that.
Okay. So when you were in prison, did you have Kelly's personality, or were you integrated then?
I had him when I first went in and stuff, so it's like he dealt with a lot of the beginning stuff. So.
Okay.
And then we got Bradley's group here. They were all had set purposes and stuff. They had been had military training and stuff like that. And some of their names were like Sylvester, Roger, Scorpio, Magi, Dennis, and Robert. And they're
You had 6 personalities.
yeah, they were forced to do things with other men for the military to kind of blackmail politicians and stuff to get the military whatever they wanted. And then we got Carl, who's not the last one. Brandt's the last one, but
Carl's here and Carl's here.
yeah, Carl there. Well, same one as up here, but his group, and it's very specific on everybody that was in his group and stuff. He had 21 people, 3 groups of 7. He had Simon, who was like a computer sergeant at the clerk. He was like the one that ran that. And he had Logan, who was an electrician tech. Donald, who was a computer tech. Perry, who was a secretary. Wesley, who was a secretary. Edward, who was a computer specialist. And William, who was a computer specialist also. And they mainly ran, you know, when we had to deal with like computers either inside my head or outside. They're the ones that ran them, and even fixed my sister's computer when I first got out because she had some problem with it. They just went in and straightened it out. It was just on punching stuff in right. And she's been through school for that, and she still didn't know how, and her instructor didn't know how, and I just went in 5 minutes and I had it completely fixed.
Impressive.
And then we have Jeff, who is the secretary chief. He's like, or security chief, not secretary chief, security. He was in charge of security inside. He's the one that kept us all safe. He was like the very violent
This
one.
is the 21 personalities, yeah.
Yeah, and he had Jackie, who was the security guy.
Go over, sit down, and go over those notes in front of the camera.
Okay, good.
We're still talking about Carl, right?
I want to sit down. Take a drink. Get in the middle of the table. Pull a chair in.
He's a Carl's personalities.
Yeah. Jackie was one of them under him. He was like in charge of security. He's the one that kept everything tight-lipped on these, so they wouldn't say nothing. Shane was a weapons sergeant. He knew all about weapons and stuff. He was the one in charge of putting them out. Dan, he's the one I used to call Ninja all the time. He's the martial arts instructor for all the other personalities. He taught all the other ones how to fight, which wasn't hard when I knew how to. You know, I was the highest degree one. And then you got Brian, who was in security, and then you got Douglas and John, who were weapons specialists. They fixed them and tore them apart and tell you about an M60 machine gun and all that other stuff. Then down below you got Shanna, who was in charge of demolition. You got Fox, who was an engineer. Sloan, who was a demolition expert. Henry, who was an information and demolition. Tom, who was a pilot. Greg, who was an information sergeant, and Nick, who was an explosives expert. So that's what their total purpose was. It's like all he knows about it was in the past when I wasn't in grade to have gotten him out. One thing he told you about is, you know, how to make things blow up. You know, how much dynamite you'd need to blow up a bridge or a building or...
You learned this all in the military.
Yeah. How to
now,
light up your Christmas tree.
did we cover Bradley's 6 personalities?
Bradley...
There's here,
Yeah.
Bradley here.
Yeah,
and here.
we did him just before.
And how about Brant?
Brent, he was actually not a personality for abilities. He was a personality for disabilities, mostly. He was the one that caused blindness for me. I mean, in the physical body, he would cause these things to happen. It's like while my vision would go out on me sometimes, he'd block things out so I couldn't see memories of things. He'd actually take pictures that people would show me and show me somebody else. Like he'd show me a picture of somebody, and he'd show me a picture of the Pope. That's what I'd see. And you're showing me a picture of Ronald Reagan, he's showing me a picture of the Pope, just to confuse me. He had deafness, numbness. He gave me a temperature, he gave me weakness in the arms, chest pain, seizures, headaches, weakness in the legs, weakness all over, cramps in the legs, stomach cramps, speech slurred, and touch disability, because I used to have no feeling in my fingers. He's the one that caused that. Because every time he ever got in trouble, they used to smack his hands, or cut his hands, which I got cuts in my fingers, so he decided he didn't want no feeling in his fingers, so he just did that.
Okay. Okay, how about this last chart here? This is this Dustin. Can we go through Dustin already?
Dustin was the one that just had the, I think that's somebody else's chart, isn't it? Carl's chart.
It's Carl's chart?
Yeah.
Oh, Carl.
Dustin,
Okay, yeah, through Carl.
I went through Carl.
Okay, you already went through Carl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is Carl here, and this is Carl.
So glad I get all this organized.
Okay, that's the master chart. How about this? Can we go through this?
Bradley? Yeah.
We went through this earlier.
Yeah, we just went through it a minute ago. So I got all
We'll
that.
throw this up on the camera, 'cause I don't think we have it on the camera. Do we have this on the camera?
No, I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think we did either, yeah. Here's Bradley. We went through Bradley. This is Paul, Dustin, Alex, Zach, Sean, Ryan, and then Bradley. And then Bradley breaks down into Carl and Brad. Well, wait a minute. Bradley here breaks down into Sylvester, Roger. And oh, that's your 6 personalities. Okay, I got it. Here's the
I'm
Bradley
getting
6.
Hold the master chart up real quick, because I got a perfect... Okay.
That's your 6 personalities of Bradley. Did you explain them?
On Bradley?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And Alex behind his finger. That's the one I couldn't see.
Alex, right there.
Yeah. Okay. Then you
Okay.
can move it back, and I can.
Okay, we've explained all
refocus.
the charts now. We need
This isn't like the America's Most Wanted crew that came in. They had their own cameraman. But this is going pretty good.
I think it's going very well.
I just gotta get the chair centered.
Now, it says here you had a total of 199 alters minus only Wesley. This is in the document that you wrote up, right?
Yeah.
You want to explain that?
Oh. Altogether, there were 199 alters minus only Wesley. Not counting myself, for the most part, only about 30 contained a lot of memories, and only 20 were memories of abusive, outside of abusive situations. That means that there's only 20 of them that didn't go through abuse. Or times, outside of abuse situations, or times of being manipulated by others to do their bidding. The alters could be classified the following ways. First, many were caused by sexual abuse. These ones have most of the incidents fully intact. They also have a few who are very mature and who in themselves turn from the abuse. Some were stuck as children, and almost none knew they were part of myself. And I do, in fact, have charts for each group of alters as they were classified by
Okay.
myself. The Class A alters, which I'm going to hold way out there so that maybe the camera can pick it up, maybe not, I don't know.
You want to explain that?
Yeah. Class A alters were ones that were living day-to-day lives. They don't include the controller personalities, which a controller is somebody who's in control of making sure the right personality comes out at the right time for whatever activity is taking place. These personalities would go to the store, they'd go to school, they would study German, or they'd do your normal everyday things that I could even do. Class B alters, these were alters that were mostly present while I was a child. Most of them have never even fully grown up. So many most of them were before the integrated stuff, were still children. Some, most have several memories, and normally the activities are only with a certain individual, with one person. That's it. That's their memories. Whenever they're with one person, that was their whole responsibility, was being with that person, with whatever they did. That was their purpose. Class C alters. These alters are only partial personalities. They have several memories but are not full. They were used for one direct purpose only. They also contain alters. Contains alters that were very organized at keeping track of memories, such as computer files. Class D alters are those that were split off from other alters who were higher functioning alters that dealt with day-to-day life, but they couldn't handle some of the activities that even took place with them, so they split off alters of themselves. These alters are have very disturbed memories. Since none of them contain full memories, some have partial memories shared by other alters. And Class E alters are control or lead alters who are either in control of other alters or have triggers to set off their own abilities, or that don't make no sense. Their own abilities or inabilities. Oh, inabilities. Okay. And then Class F alters are personalities split off from other alters. These hold very small, I mean, they could hold 5 minutes of time, and that's all that they would ever hold. Some of them were involved with Satanism. Some had triggers, and their sole responsibility was as messengers inwardly to make sure that others were out at the proper time. Or they were alters who became fully internal prior to the discovery of MPD. Some of them actually got integrated before they
Excuse me. Now, before we go any further, I'd like to point out that you, Paul, have listed all your personalities by alters.
Yeah.
And I'd like to put these on camera.
Okay,
And so you won't run the camera, and I'll identify each group.
Okay.
This is Class A, and those are all the
Oops.
personalities. Those are all the personalities, right?
Yeah. Let's see. Let me get this all on.
Tell me when to turn the page.
I'm just gonna. Okay, you can turn it.
Okay, these are your Class B alters. And these are all, we're all in the charts, right?
Yeah. I got them all listed.
You got them? Should I turn the page?
Hang on, I gotta go back up on the other side still. If I didn't have this mounted, I'd take it off.
Okay.
Okay, you can go.
And this next group are Class C alters. Take
Hang
it
on a
off.
second. Yeah, I gotta take it off. I can do this better without it on here. And it doesn't take but a second to
Okay.
put back. Be careful since this thing is well, come on, focus. There it goes. Okay, go on.
And the next are Class D alters, all of whom are listed on the chart. You got some empty space here, 31 through 35. Does that mean anything?
No, I just didn't put anybody's name in there because there was nobody there.
You just, okay.
I want to move your finger down at the bottom. I'm missing Sylvester. Okay, you can go on to the next one.
Next is Class E alters.
Go on, focus a little bit better.
Can you read these on camera?
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe we ought to go through the charts that we had and do this to them, don't you? Because you couldn't read them.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, we get through with this.
Yeah.
E, and this is F coming up.
Alright, going a little bit further. Okay, there we go. I'm not doing like they do on TV where they give you 2 seconds to look at it. It's like a flyby view of it. Okay. That should be it, I
Yeah,
think.
now let's go through the, hang in there, let me go through these charts.
Okay, let me get this. Oh, there's a strap. What do you know?
You ready?
I'm gonna get this cord over here so I can.
Really read them. That's the master chart.
Okay, let me get this. Dustin's entire group.
Tell me when you're ready.
Paul Jr.'s group.
Huh?
I'm just looking at the different groups that are one at a time. Okay.
Okay. Now, next I'm going to show you Bradley's group. And on the master chart, that'll be here through to Bradley. Right?
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Okay, you can go on. What?
Okay, the next I'm going to show you will be Carl's group, and this is the master chart. It'll be Dustin through to Carl and his 21 personalities.
Okay.
Next will be Brant's group. It'll be Dustin through to Brant. Excuse me.
Okay, you can go on.
Okay, and next will be Paul Jr.'s group. Let's look at the chart here.
Let's see, Paul Jr.
It'll be right here. This is the satanic group.
Let me zoom in on that. Get it focused. Focus.
That's the master. You're looking at the master now. You ready to go to the next?
Hang on, I gotta get it.
Huh? You ready?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, now, here it is with the 36 personalities.
Just like your eyeball, it needs to focus.
Yeah. Tell me when to go.
There you can go.
Okay, this is Todd's group. This is the master chart here, and this is, we're going to go Paul through here to Todd.
Put Todd in the center, there.
Here's Todd.
It's like, where's Todd?
Here's
Focus.
Todd. Here's Johnny.
Where's Johnny? Oops, I didn't mean to touch it. Okay, there's Todd's group. All the way down to the Henry Gall that wants to be different and not focus very good.
Todd's group has 10 personalities, according to the master chart. Ready to go to the master chart now?
Yep.
And this is Misha?
Micah.
Micah. M-I-C-H-A, is it?
M-I-C-H, yeah.
H-E. M-I-C-H-E.
No, it's
H-A?
H-A, yeah.
Okay, Micah. 18 personalities. That's where, this is the master chart. Now we're going over here to Micah.
Whoa, back up.
Go back to the master.
No, I'm talking about, I had to back up the camera. It's a little too close for me. And I gotta go forward a little bit so I can read the names. Okay.
And the next will be Dane's group. And on the master chart, it'll be down to here.
I gotta find the paper again. Where is it?
Right here.
Yeah.
This is the master chart. Okay, now here it is. It's Dane's group. Dane has 7 personalities.
I can get all of them on a close-up so I can get it. I see their names real good. Dane. Okay.
Okay, and next is Kristen. That's this one right here with 8 personalities. Come through the chart to Kristen. That's the master. Here's the detailed chart of Kristen. Kristen's 8 personalities.
Okay.
And next will be Mark Anderson, which will be over here. That was created because of your experiences with Harold Anderson, right? And here, this is the master chart. Now here's the detailed chart.
Oh. Okay, 1 minute. Let me get this back up. So I can, come on. Should be able to see all the names. Okay.
And the next is Zacharias Knight.
Zacharias Knight.
Zacharias Knight, and that's this group here. That's 21 personalities. This is the master chart. Here's the detailed chart.
Okay.
Okay, now, next and the last is Kristen Bonacci. It's this right here with 33 personnel. This is a master chart. Right
Let's see,
there.
I gotta get it focused. Okay.
And here is the detail chart.
Boo, back up.
Me?
No, I'm talking about
Talking yourself.
the camera. I need to back it up a little bit because it's just a big, you know, I gotta go in and go across it. Otherwise I'll never get them all on the same shot. Oh, come on, go in a little bit closer. Maybe it'll focus a little bit better. Okay, there we go. Back up. Okay.
Ready?
Yep, that's it.
That's it. Okay, put the camera back on the tripod and we'll get on with the next step.
Ah,
Don't turn it off, I'll leave it on.
yeah, I'm doing that.
Fortunately, I've got
I don't want to turn it off because they might think something might be said.
I'm sure I picked it up, but I can't help it.
Huh?
I'm blowing my nose.
Oh well. You gotta blow, you gotta blow.
Okay?
Come on, tighten up. Doesn't spin around on me.
Do we hold it? Do we hold it?
Oh, I got it.
You sure?
It's still going. Yeah, it's just I thought it spun in and it didn't. Oh, no wonder. Forgot to put the bolt up.
Want me to help you? I'll be glad to come over there.